turkey squeaker.
We are live. Hey,
Alf, let's have sex.
No, Willie.
Hi.
Hey, what do we got here?
GoNintendo
Okay.
There's nothing there. You gonna sit? You gonna sit and relax?
I'm in.
podcast.
I'm
What
ready.
if I got her a pillow?
I gotta sit up. You know, I put these pants on and I'm like, I'm cold all the time. And now I'm not cold. Oh. A fine how do you do under the table from Sally. All right. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 856, the Hatenna Podcast. Come on, Brain.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, Hatenna?
Hatenna.
I thought you said hentaya.
Oh, the resident hentai expert for Go Nintendo. That's right. So YouTube has new rules where it's like, first, I don't know how long it is, but they're extra serious about like adult content and cursing and stuff like that. So,
On YouTube?
yeah, I don't know if mentioning hentai in the first 10 seconds of a podcast is gonna. No, it's fine. I don't care. Listen, I'm here to create content. I'm not here to worry about monetization. What rules, Mom Brain, will you tell us about Hatenna, please?
Sure thing.
What are you drinking there? Is that coffee?
It's not. It's pomegranate punch with a little bit
Ooh.
of black cherry juice.
Very nice. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Hatenna. Because the emotions of others constantly flow into its head, Hatenna prefers environments where no other creatures live. I can identify with that.
I knew you would.
They're a foot tall, 7 pounds. The gender is only female.
That's correct.
And the category is calm. Abilities include anticipation. The Pokemon can sense an opposing Pokemon's dangerous moves. That's pretty helpful. And healer sometimes cures the status conditions of the Pokemon's allies.
Oh, thanks, Mom Brain.
They're a
You're welcome.
Hatenna, but they're always in my thoughts. I don't know. Why would you go with that? Come up with something. I'm like your father.
What was the
Work
joke
with
you were
me.
trying? Work with me, people.
Like
What was the
they're a
joke you were
10.
trying to come up with?
They're a 10, but whatever. And this thing's
They're a
always
10.
Reading, this thing's
Here's
always reading thoughts. I don't know.
She's
Here's
a 10,
my
but
joke.
she farts.
Here's my joke. They're a 10, but whatever. That's all I got. Nicky Hill's here, everybody.
Unfortunately.
Mom Brain is here.
So
Did you already say that?
Mom Brain is here.
Here I am.
Kirby is not here. He is at a birthday party. And Deux is here virtually because he's tending to family matters, not Urkel related, just family matters. Deux, how are you?
Did I do that? Sorry, that was bad.
What are you talking to us on? What are you using?
I've got ear pods in. Is that bad?
It's not bad. They're just quiet.
Did you need to turn up the volume on my phone?
It's all the way up.
I could try no ear pods. Let's try that.
Sure. Well, the Go Nintendo podcast is nothing if not technical difficulties. So we'll give it a
How
shot.
does this sound? Is this a little better?
That is better. Is that tolerable for you?
Yeah, it's fine. No
Okay.
problem.
It's
Don't
fine.
lay on my side.
Thank you for doing that. Oh, goodbye. He left. Deux said it was no trouble, and then he left. So that's it. Well, while we
how's this for you? I'm out of here.
Can you hear me now?
He's calling back.
While
I think he's
High tech here.
FaceTiming.
High tech here. That's how he makes
he's
sense.
back. Hi, thanks for joining us again.
So I hung up on you instead of muting. Sorry about that.
All right, we're all worked out. Hello, Red Souza and Highland Tom and Alternate Liz and Kurt Dog and Blood Ocean and Joe Shabadoo. And Blood Ocean, that is a great gift. Hello there. We're gonna be talking about him today. Old what's his name? Why can't I remember his name?
Kirby?
No. John. What's his name here?
Mike.
Ewan McGregor. That's it. Hi, Ice Dilber and Steve Irwin, R.I.P. and Malik Halo. Steve Irwin, R.I.P. says, "Hi, Sally."
I'm looking at this GIF.
Sally is here.
Like, you don't
him?
know?
Sally, the podcast dog. Hello,
Sorry,
Giant
where
Reggie and Dre Gamer. Oh, hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in here. Hello, Kotori And whoever else I didn't say, I'm waiting for my Dr. Nick to show up. Kurt Dog says, I'm awake at a decent hour on a Saturday for once. Hey, listen, if you don't have anything to do on any day, you get up whenever the hell you want. And the decent hour is when you wake up. That's all that matters. So we don't sleep shame here, not especially with Mom Brain on the podcast.
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
Number one sleeper.
Lord, I've been sleeping till like 10 o'clock.
Holy moly, double digits.
And
You're
then waking up and being like, like
waking up and being like,
Things to
let's
do.
make a deal, because that's what time it's on.
yeah, or maybe if I had television. Right?
Oh, well, you can. I'm sure there's clips on YouTube you can watch. Hello, Josh Grobot, the one and
A
only.
big hello to my fans.
Josh, how you doing? How's it going? How you feeling?
Shout out to my bros.
Are the bros the podcast listeners, or is it me, or is it everybody in general, or?
Sure, whatever.
Okay. And George is here, of course.
Row bros.
Row bros. I get it. Hi, George.
Robots.
How are you?
I'm feeling all right.
Okay, you're a little higher pitched than usual. Are you sure everything's okay?
Well, yeah, why you gotta analyze everything?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sounds like he's hitting a sour note.
Oh, Blood Ocean says sleep is very important.
It's absolutely imperative that you get
Paramount.
enough sleep.
Tantamount. I hate sleep more than most things. I won't say anything else. I will say most things. But I do recognize it is important, and you have to do it. If you don't do it, you're going to be at a deficit, and that deficit grows. I know they say, like, you can't catch up on sleep and all that stuff.
You can't.
Agree to disagree.
No, you can't.
If you get, like, come on. What's going on? If you, like, don't get sleep for, like, I don't know, let's say you don't get good sleep for, like, 3 days, those next few days, you're going to be extra tired. And one of those days, you're probably going to take a really long nap.
Yeah, but you're not really making up
Right.
for it.
Oh, I know, but you're
It's
like
not like you have
extra-
to get X number of
Yeah,
hours
it's not
of
like
sleep in a
you're.
life.
I understand, but like you're going to be more tired than usual, and you're going to want to take naps and stuff. So you're not making up for it, but you are feeling the effects of what you've done to yourself.
Yeah, and like your brain does really important stuff while you're sleeping, and so does your body.
Like dream
yeah, dreaming is really important.
and nightmare.
Yeah,
Brain do nightmare.
that's right.
It's important to have nightmares.
Well, I don't know if it's important to have nightmares.
Very
but-
important, because then you know what you're afraid of. Like you, Mom Brain, outer space and hair and statues, all the important things. The stuff everybody has nightmares about.
I really have nightmares.
Blood Ocean says MLK had a dream. That's true. Very timely. Right? Monday?
I have nightmares about snakes.
Hello, Freddie Fro. Hello, Anastasia Beaverhausen. Freddie Fro says, Rosemary and I have been looking forward to the pod after a really rough week. The pod always knows how to boost us up. Well, son of a bitch, the pressure's on.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say we'll let you down gently, but the show is always a gentle letdown. So just hang out for the ride, I guess. Yes, Mom Brain?
Whatever happened to make it a rough week, I hope that it is resolved or resolvable, or you're making progress towards feeling better.
Here's 2 words for you. It'll fix every problem. Pizza Hut. Marijuana. Anastasia Beaverhausen says, I thought I'd been catching up on sleep this week. Then I bumped into someone I knew earlier and they said, I look exhausted. Isn't that great to hear from someone? If it's a family member or a really, really good friend where you see them and you say that and you're like, I get it from you. But if it's like a random person and they're like, hey, good to see you. Boy, you look terrible. You look beat. You need
Yeah.
some rest. I'd be like, whoa.
That's rough.
Alternate, hello. Alternate says, pizza is great. I mean, of course it is. I thought that this week while I was eating pizza. And boy, was the pizza good. I don't know if it's just
And
because I don't
made
eat pizza
pepperoni
as much as I used to.
Pizza pasta slop and brought some.
It's been a long time since I've had pepperoni pizza pasta
I
sauce.
didn't-
Hello, Tony
I
De
did
La
not
Mancha.
use any calorie conscious ingredients, though. I just
It's okay.
I
It's all
almost
right.
I was gonna ask you, I almost used like chicken pasta, but it's like a pressure cooker thing, and I was like, is this gonna just obliterate it? Is it gonna
I
work?
don't know if I've ever done chickpea pasta in a pressure cooker.
Tony De La Mancha says, I want an aggressive letdown.
Got it.
We'll try and do that. Also, Kurt Dog, a man of the people and a man after my own heart, he says, speaking of pizza, welcome back, Big New Yorker.
That's
That's right,
right.
everybody. Pizza Hut has announced that the Big New Yorker is coming back in February. If you've never had it, it tastes slightly different from all of their pizzas. They listen, I'm not knocking it. I like a Big New Yorker slice. If you'd like to see how advertising was before we were more conscious of who people are and how they sound, go look up the original commercial for the Big New Yorker because it is Stereotype City. So I watched it in honor of the Big New Yorker coming back. I'm very excited.
It's very nice of
Is
you.
it as stereotypical as the
Finally!
the getaway driver in that movie we watched?
Not that bad, no. Rosemary the Farmer says, fear not, pizza and marijuana are both on the menu tonight, friend.
They're tea leaves.
I can't. They're just leaves, right?
Mm,
Yeah,
that's-
tea.
Yeah.
Pizza and tea, the
Yeah.
classic combo we all love. Speaking of a rough week, that's a good segue into a topic that I want to discuss before we get into news.
Giant Reggie says pizza and salad.
That's you used to get salad at Pizza Hut all the time, Aubrey.
Wait a minute.
Salad bar. There's a difference
What the
between
hell
salad
you mean?
and salad
And what do you
bar.
get at the salad bar? Salad.
Yeah, but I never got a salad at the salad bar. I always got like vegetables that I could dip,
Croutons.
and croutons for you,
Mhm.
and then I would put like a splot of dressing on the side, and I would dip.
Sure.
Broccoli, they're like gross, almost fake broccoli with their like gross, almost fake ranch dressing. Magical, and then banana peppers.
Not where I thought that was gonna go.
Like
This
just-
gross, weird stuff, magical.
There was just something about it that was right.
I'm sorry. Was this something that you found off of TikTok?
What?
What are you talking?
Pizza Hut salad
Where have you
bar.
been?
Oh,
Pizza Hut salad bar.
Yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
were talking just weird ingredients because I was reading
George's secret business.
what Freddie Fro had said, and that's awful. If that's true, that's awful. That somebody stole their tires off their car.
I don't. Where do you see that? Where did that go? Where is that? Way up top?
Yeah,
Have a rough week.
we'll let you
Well,
down
like that,
gently,
just-
just like the thieves
Oh.
did with our car when they stole our wheels in the middle
Oh
of the night.
my
That's
God! All four of them.
awful.
I'm not a mechanic, but I believe you need wheels to make a car work. So, or at least
Yeah.
I guess it'll still work. It just won't go anywhere.
Hopefully Insurance handles something. I don't know. how that
Ice
works.
Dilbert says George's secret business and sent a picture in the chat of George's something margarita mix, lime flavored craft margarita mix. Boy, do I
Holy
sound like an
smokes.
old person. I'm like, something I can't see what that word is.
George, you're famous.
Who's marijuana? Says Anastasia Beaverhausen. I've never been introduced. Oh, I've been introduced. It depends on what you mean by introduced. We've been in the same room together. How about that? I've never been formally introduced.
There are
but I
others
have
at the
been in
table
same
who
room.
are a little more
Yes, yes.
intimately acquainted.
Some of, I would say, a good majority of our friends are quite familiar with Mary. Nicky Hill, is everything okay? Speak up, Nicky. Speak your truth. Anyway, rough week, as I said, and it leads into something I want to talk about because actually, it is related to Nintendo as well. So, as you guys probably know, if you're a longtime listener of the podcast, I am a dedicated fan of a select few things, but those things mean a lot to me and they go beyond the usual. I like these things. I want to say, I guess they're part of my personality, but it's more than just like, I like these things and they're part of my personality. They are things I personally like believe in as like art forms and conveyances, ways to convey feelings and emotions. Like they just mean a lot to me. Video games, obviously, anime, professional wrestling, comic books, things like that. But in particular, this week, you may have caught the news that the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund has upped their stake in Nintendo. They went from 5.06% to 6%. So what?
Look at Kurt Dog's dog.
I like how I'm talking about a serious topic and you're like, look at the dog. It is a very nice dog, though.
Barnaby.
Barnaby's a great name.
I
too.
need more pictures of Barnaby, and I need deets on Barnaby as well. And I think in my head, Barnaby has real foul breath.
Anyway, as I was saying, Mombri,
Saudi
Catch me up.
Arabia
go on.
percentages.
More.
That's it.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia bought a higher stake in Nintendo.
Their public investment fund has purchased the 1% more stock. Now, this brings up a discussion of Saudi Arabia's public investment fund in general. Now, I'm not going to say I'm the most knowledgeable of any topic. I certainly am very well aware of this topic, but I'm not the most knowledgeable on it. So if I say anything incorrect, I apologize. Feel free to correct me or reach out via email. But the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund has been reaching out and spending money on all sorts of avenues of entertainment that happen to cross over with things that I enjoy. As I said, Nintendo. It's not the only company that they have invested in. They've invested in Capcom and Koei Tecmo, and some others that I don't remember off the top of my head, but they are making a push to get into gaming. But it's just part of a bigger plan with Saudi Arabia's public investment fund to reach out into entertainment to better their image. Because as you might know, they how do I say this nicely? Lots of it's not nice. It's not a nice topic, but lots of human rights violations. Let's go with that. So it's a very touchy subject because a lot of people see their interactions with these companies and these forms of entertainment, and they get uneasy because it's basically a lot of people see it as this public investment fund is throwing money at things to uh, make over their image, to reinvigorate their image and be like, we're progressive. We like the things that you like. We aren't as bad as you hear. Now, let me say this. Again, this is going to be very inelegant and I'm sure uneducated, but we have nothing against Saudi Arabian people in general. Obviously, it's just a people. We're talking about the government and the way that they handle certain human rights and how they. I think most people would agree they skirt some basic human rights that those of us here, at least in America, would be like, oh, I don't know about that. That's not very good. And we're talking about,
Which is not to say that we feel as Americans that
Yes.
we are doing everything
Exactly,
right, because
exactly.
we are not.
well, it's one of those situations where it's very tough to speak on because our own government is not doing the best. I would be so bold to say that we are doing better in some areas, not all, and we have much room for improvement. But when it comes to the Saudi Arabia situation, yes, there's some certain things that I'm uncomfortable with. Um, and this has been going on in traditional sports as well. It's called sports washing. I don't know if anybody is familiar with the term, but basically it's the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund buying sports teams or investing in sports teams to basically whitewash or sports wash. Whitewash, not in the sense of skin color, whitewashing as in the traditional sense, just painting over something to be like, nope, everything's good as new here. Everything looks great. And it's been going on with sports. My one cousin, who's big into a lot of sports, is a big golf fan, and there is a golf situation with the Public Investment Fund where they sponsored a tournament with the most money that has ever been given away in golf, and a considerable amount of big name golfers, or at least notable or recognizable golfers, participated in this. And it raised a whole bunch of concerns because people are like, well, look, I guess if you pay these people enough money, they're willing to put their name on something and not worry about the human rights violations or anything like that. So there's a discussion to be had. And with the Public Investment Fund's engagement with Nintendo and interest in what Nintendo's doing,
I'm fed up with this world.
it's certainly disconcerting. But it's not, Nintendo. Anybody can invest in Nintendo. That's the way it is. Nintendo. I don't know legally how any of that works. If Nintendo could be like, we don't know. Like, I don't see how they could say no, don't invest in us. Like, what do you do unless you go private? That's it. So Nintendo. As far as Nintendo goes, they operate as they were before. Nothing changes for them. It's just somebody came in and spent more money to invest in this sector of the market. But obviously, it shows more interest down the road in getting more invested and potentially buying companies. So it's things to worry about. And I've been doubly worried about it this week or in recent weeks because, as I said, I am very passionate about pro wrestling. And there's been big rumblings going around about WWE potentially being purchased by the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund. So we're not talking about a
Completely
share. We're
purchased?
talking about a purchase. Right now, WWE is moving to purchase or to sell. Like, Vince McMahon has returned to the company for the board of directors. He's the chairman again, and he is looking to sell the company. And he is
What is it like? I'm taking my football and I'm going home. He came back just to.
well, he
to
left
do
of his
this?
own accord, and then also came back by strong arming his way back in, basically. So
He
WWE,
didn't- he left it his own accord, but
he did leave of his own accord. That's
Right,
100%
but
true.
there was there were talks of
his
scandal.
hand was
and,
well. I don't want to say his hand was forced because it's Vince McMahon. Nothing.
right.
He
But
won't
it was
do
like
anything
a
unless he
move
feels.
to
Yeah.
spare.
So Vince McMahon, it came out that he
Yeah.
had some affairs, which is not illegal, obviously, but he had some
Also
relationships with
not
people
a surprise. I guess.
at the company who basically he was like, hey, if you have sex with me, I'll pay you a lot of money. And they were like, okay. So I want to make it clear. I do not think that's good. I don't personally sign off on that, but I do want to make it clear that these are not rape allegations or anything like that. So again, not a good situation, but this isn't people coming forward saying Vince raped me. Now I believe there is someone out there who does say that, who is getting ready for a lawsuit. So that's a different thing in and of itself. But as it stands, we're talking about the allegations he fessed up to, left the company, but he has since come back.
But didn't he also use company funds?
That's why he left.
Right. So really, I mean, yes, he, paid people to have sex with him, but lots of people pay people to have sex with them. But the fact that he used company money is the
on the down low.
Right.
So he left, but he has since come back. He strong-armed his way back because WWE's TV rights are being renegotiated now because their contract is up in 2024, so they got to start doing that stuff now. And Vince was still the majority shareholder of the company, and he said, I am not going to approve any sale or TV rights unless I'm back on the board. And it's caused a whole chain reaction, basically. So he's back on the board. But now he keeps saying that he's looking to talk about the TV rights and the sale of the company, and they're looking for potential customers because right now is the big bubble for investments and acquisitions. And he knows right now at this point in time, it's going to be the most amount of money he can possibly get because of what he does, how big the company is right now, how much money it's making, like insane. The WWE right now is more profitable than it has ever been in its entire history by a lot. So he's in to negotiate these deals to potentially sell. They are not definitely selling, but potentially sell. Long story short, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund is one of the people they are talking to potentially sell the company to. They're also talking to Netflix and Disney and Comcast, and there's someone else I forget. So all major players in a big way.
Last week, I think you said Comcast, and that was only. It's funny because that was a week ago, and you were just like, "I don't think that's going to happen," but they just hired somebody to like oversee that, so it's a potential. But it would be crazy if it did, and now it's just like all these suitors and
yeah. Well, listen, they all of them have your glasses are designed. All of them have their fingers in the WWE pot, like NBC or Universal works with. I mean, Raw's on USA, and that's Comcast and Universal and Disney. Hulu. Disney owns Hulu. Hulu has WWE content, but Disney Plus also has WWE content in other countries. Netflix has documentaries with WWE, and they're working on news. Like all these companies already work with WWE, and they know the values there. Basically, every investor and every market analyst has said there's no way you cannot acquire WWE and make money. Like it's all there. It's done for you. Like it's basically their company has put a bow on everything and they're like, here you go, buy us. And that's it.
But they are spread across all those different places. And they have
Why don't
contracts, right?
we buy it then if it's that profitable?
Well, I don't have the money for it. I don't know about you, but I know.
Well, there was a big one ticket winner of the lottery.
That's true. I believe they were in Ohio, though. So if any of
Maine,
us,
I think, is
oh, Maine, you're right, Maine. I don't know if any of us took a trip to Maine recently. I did not. Mom Brain, maybe you did.
I
while wasn't
only
paying
buy
attention.
my lottery tickets in Maine.
It's the main place to buy them. So yeah, for me, the whole reason I'm talking about this, Nintendo has, or Saudi Arabia's public investment fund has invested in Nintendo to a greater degree, and now potentially they will purchase the WWE. Now, for me personally, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but for me personally, WWE has a deal with Saudi Arabia where they go there and they perform. They do a couple shows a year. I do not support those shows. I do not watch those shows. I don't feel personally okay watching those shows. This is not against the people that go to those shows. This is not against. I do think WWE is doing things at these shows that is important, like showcasing female wrestlers. And yes, they have to wear certain clothing. I understand that. But I think there is important stuff being done there, but that is outweighed for me personally by the human rights violations that are going on and being swept under the rug by these big grandiose shows. You put on these shows to be like, hey, look at this. We're progressive, while at the same time, you're not. So I don't support those shows. So my problem is if WWE does get purchased by this, 20 plus years of my life is going to come to an end as far as supporting something. I've been watching Raw, SmackDown, everything WWE every single week for over 20 years.
I think in all that time you'll get to do things.
I mean, yeah, I'll have like
there's
Monday
AEW
from
too,
8
though,
to
right?
11.
So like the thought is, I wonder how many of
Did you say they owned AEW?
No, but that's still an option for entertainment.
Yeah.
And also,
I watch AEW.
And also a place for if any of the athletes in the WWE have a problem with it, they still have a place to go.
And
too.
I think many of them,
if the Saudi Arabia thing goes through, there will be a mass exodus of talent without a doubt. Let me stress this. I watch AEW shows. I watch all of their shows. I watch everything every week. Like I watch Dynamite. I watch Rampage. Rampage I watch on a delay.
Is
so
that
I
the
haven't
one
watched
where
Rampage
they have like
yet.
a giant gorilla and wolf?
Yep. And The Rock is there too, oddly enough. Yeah. So I watch all that content. I love professional wrestling in general. The wrestling in AEW, I really like their storylines and how they handle that. It's not, and their characters, I don't personally enjoy it. I don't hate it, but Mom Brain and I were talking about it. We feel like I don't know, their diversity of characters and the tone of their characters just is too one note and too something I don't appreciate. And that could change as the years go on. But as far as a wrestling standpoint, the wrestling is great. I really like the wrestling. So for me, WWE is the product I enjoy more. And again, I've sung the praises of wrestling, pro wrestling, plenty of times. I really believe in wrestling as something unique and amazing that people do, and the storytelling and stuff that goes on there. Like I'm very passionate about it. I really feel there's nothing else like it out there. So it means a lot to me. So if this does happen, it's like you and I were talking about with John Oliver and his FIFA situation. Like he still watched the World Cup, even though he did the whole show about how horrible FIFA is as an organization and the World Cup, and people literally dying building these arenas and stadiums. And we were a little dismayed to see him do that. So with WWE, like I said, I don't support those shows that they do. But if their public investment fund buys the whole product, then unfortunately, I'm going to have to be out. Like I still believe in professional wrestling, and I would still support AEW and any other company that does professional wrestling, but I just will not personally be able to watch that product. I will still support the wrestlers in general, but I wouldn't feel right doing that. And that stings so much for me, but who I am as a person,
also
I mean,
wrestler name.
Sting, that's right. In AEW, my personal values, enjoying professional wrestling and singing its praises is a part of who I am.
Praises.
But, human rights violations, it's more important for me. So I will be sad. I've been so honestly upset and saddened and distraught about that. Like every day I read wrestling news, but I've been following this so closely because every day I'm like, well, do I wake up today and it's all over? Like it's heart-wrenching to me because again, I wear my heart on my sleeve and my passions are out there for everybody to see, and they mean more to me than just like, I'm going to sit down and watch this. These are things like the things I really enjoy. I enjoy them because I enjoy them just flat out, but also I believe in them. So losing that chunk will be disappointing. And then I'm like, let's see what happens with Nintendo now. When's the point going to come where this public investment fund ups their ante in gaming in general, and then they make a move for a company because they got the big bucks to do it? So,
well, there's a whole lot going on with D&D right now with Wizards of the Coast, right? Like
basically, things coming out saying, where insiders are saying basically Wizards of the Coast is like, we're not monetizing D&D enough, and the fans are our roadblock to this. So they're basically like, screw the fans, like we just got to make more money, and
Meanwhile, like,
more nuanced than that. But
I think you'd be hard pressed to find a group of people who are better at like organizing and strategizing to like overthrow them. Like, hello, that is like what you've just taught everyone is to how to organize and strategize.
Listen,
so like,
there's not, you're a business and you make money, and that's your main goal. I get it. I get it with WWE. I get it with Nintendo. I get it with every company. You are a company. Your job is to make money first and foremost. Now, how you get there is the interesting stuff, but I get that they got to go with the money because that's how business works. Like, I understand that, but in the case of the D&D stuff, like, you could maybe like just the reason why you have a company to make money is because of the fans. Don't like meet them halfway. I understand you're gonna make decisions that people don't like. It can't be everything you like. Like, I don't like everything about WWE or AEW or any wrestling company, but there's things you have to weigh. So I think as a fan, the respect has to be there to be like, they got to make money. I get it, within reason and all that. But to take it to this degree, you're like, what the hell?
Well,
like
something with the WWE. So like, if whoever purchases it,
listen, they all suck. Whoever purchases it, one I just feel sucks more.
but like, are they going to take, like, would they be taking over everything, or are they still going to be on Hulu and US, like, in all these different places? Which means then it gets really gray and difficult, because now you're going to support other companies that are buying into
well,
that
all changes depending on the deal. It depends on who goes with it. Like, if it's Disney, you would imagine, no matter who it is, you would imagine they're going to want to take things to their services and networks. Like, the deal right now is Fox has SmackDown, USA has Raw, so it's Comcast and
yeah, but there's still, I mean, with like Marvel,
Fox
and
working
like
together.
There's still like,
it happens. Those basically
like the one I haven't read about it or looked into it, but like the one craziest one is, Disney parks, they want Marvel content, but Universal Universal
which is Comcast.
Studios has they're branded with Marvel things in their park in Islands of Adventure. So like, how and where, like, you rebrand everything, like every
that's the thing.
There's
like,
contracts in that, just as there is
that's why this is happening now, because the TV rights for WWE are up for renegotiation in 2024. So if somebody, they make the deal now, and then it's like, okay, 2024, your deal's over. That's it. Then say Disney buys it, then it goes to Disney Plus. It goes wherever they want. They could still keep it on Fox and USA. That's they'd be spending money. They probably wouldn't do that, but yeah, obviously Disney has Disney Plus and ABC, and there's other networks in there too that they have. Hulu
money
and
to put it in other
ESPN.
places?
Who?
Those places would be paying for that content.
No, Disney has Hulu. Disney has ESPN. Disney has
but
Disney
they would
Plus.
pay whoever owns WWE to have their
content.
Oh,
I was saying if Disney bought WWE.
Oh.
Because they just met this week to talk about that stuff. So I don't know where it's going to go. But yeah, it's just worrisome when this kind of stuff pops up, because, obviously this is a Nintendo podcast where we talk about Nintendo all the time, and there could be a day where it comes up where you're like, what do I do here? How do I navigate this? Why? You got to look. Listen, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just saying you got to look within yourself and figure out what's important to you. If it doesn't matter to you, I'm not going to knock you and be like, this should matter to you. Like, it's a very tough subject to deal with, and there's no one right way of looking at it. It's like the Harry Potter situation too. Like, do you still like Harry Potter now if you disagree with J.K. Rowling and what she says? Do you continue to support it going forward because there's more people involved than J.K. Rowling? Do you continue to support it to try and steer the fan base and be the louder voice and say, like, this is what Harry Potter means to the world, not what it means to J.K. Rowling? Like, they're all tough conversations, and there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. It's just difficult stuff. And if whatever happens with Nintendo or WWE, at that point, I'll have to really sit down and think and do my research and see how I feel about all of it. So, interesting times. That's what I've been thinking about this week, among a million other things that are driving me nuts, but that's the way that it is. So, I thought that was interesting because it ties into stuff I like, Nintendo and wrestling. I know wrestling isn't what most people are interested in that listen to this podcast, but all my hobbies are coming together right now. I think anime is okay. I don't think there's anything going on there, but I'm sure next week we'll have something else to talk about. Speaking of animated stuff, I told you last night.
Here.
Last night I played some Fortnite with Deux and Lube and Adam. I don't remember what his name was on the podcast, but we had a discussion of Pinocchio, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Oh, that's the movie.
Because Lube, a couple weeks ago, while we were playing Fortnite, told us all to watch it. Me, personally, I have a strong dislike for all things Pinocchio. Why? Can't quite put my finger on it, but I just really do not like Pinocchio. And that's not the Disney thing. It's all Pinocchio.
Brat.
Maybe that's it. And then this week, Deux on Fortnite told Lube that he watched Pinocchio and also enjoyed it. And the conversation came up again. So I said last night in Fortnite, okay, I will watch Pinocchio. So I watched Pinocchio last night. Now, Deux, I've talked a lot. You're here virtually. I'll let you talk about Pinocchio
no spoilers,
first.
Please.
Spoiler free.
I feel similarly as you, RMC, about Pinocchio as a story. I never really liked it. It kind of freaked me out. The Disney version freaked me out as a child. And I never really liked the lying nose growing thing. So I was pleasantly surprised when I watched this movie because not only is it a visual marvel and an amazing achievement in stop motion animation, but it kind of does like a Guillermo thing, which I guess we should have thought. You know, like if you're familiar with Guillermo del Toro, you know kind of what his style is like, and he totally, you know, does it here. And he's like, to me, he's like what I wish Tim Burton still was. I mean, he's just really, really doing it. So I don't know. I thought it was a really great movie. I liked it a lot, and I didn't even mind the singing.
You feel like obviously we're going to have a conversation, but you feel like you said your piece.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you caught me off guard. I was kind of expecting to hear what you had to say about it. So
I didn't want to start on a negative, but I wanted to make sure you.
So now we know how you felt about it.
I want to make sure we get both sides of the story, not sides of the story. I want to make sure we get a spectrum of opinions. So I watched it last night, starting with the positive for me. Yes, technically a marvel, just as Deux said. It is one of the most impressive, if not the most impressive, stop animation project I've ever seen. Like painstakingly crafted, just amazing to see in motion. And then I even watched a little behind the scenes documentary on it because it's, you know, animation in general fascinates me, but stop animation is such a grueling process, and they did it for the most part the very traditional way. So obviously there's some CG backgrounds and special effects added because it's not stuff you could do in real life, but you know, as far as the rigs and the puppets and all that stuff like that, it's the traditional old school way, just done to a degree where, you know, listen, I'm not trying to knock Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but it's not the highest quality stop animation as far as technically speaking. This is like, you know, they're really they're really putting a lot of hard work and effort into this stuff, and it really shows. It's amazing to see in action.
Are they on the ones?
It's you know, the vast majority has to be animated on the ones. Yes, I would say so. There are certain things that are emphasized by animating on the twos. I don't think there's. I'm not an animator. I don't think anybody's animating on the threes for that. I don't know that you can really, like Rudolph has to be. Jeez, that's saying that's on the threes would be generous. It's listen. Rudolph is a classic. I respect it. Not the nicest thing to look at as far as stop animation goes. Let's say that. I will say,
Rudolph is in ray tracing mode. Rudolph
no,
is performance.
There you go. There you go. So I will say that the storyline, without spoiling things, did do a few things that I wasn't expecting, and it has some themes that I was not expecting, that I don't think were handled in a heavy-handed manners, which is something I've been saying a lot about things lately. There are just some allegories and some themes due. I'd love to talk to you about it in detail when we're off the podcast. But some things where I was like, well, I was not expecting a Pinocchio story to be like this. So interesting. Now, do I like it? No, I did not. I did not like it. All the things I didn't like about Pinocchio in general were still here. To be truthful, I found them more annoying. Every version of Pinocchio I watch, I do not like Pinocchio. I just don't like Pinocchio.
Me either. I don't know anybody who does.
Well, Geppetto likes some eventually, but man, I do not like. He's a little. I want to say he's a little shovel.
I mean,
Pinocchio's a little shovel.
I don't remember the story as like, you know, I remember like the bear.
Well, if you don't remember the story, watch this one, because you'll be like, I definitely don't remember this. But
is it more loyal to like the source material than like the
I
Disney
have not read the source material. I am aware of the source material. It certainly has the darker tone of the source material, but it certainly does some other things that are not in the source material. So it's doing its own thing, which I like. I respect that, especially when it's Pinocchio, something we've seen and read and heard about a bazillion times. So I appreciate it. I like Guillermo del Toro's style as well. I'm going to say I think it's his style, so it's his thing, but I think he does it so much that it's wearing a little thin for me. Like, because, it's going to have weird creatures and they're going to look, like Deux said, Tim Burton's got a look to his stuff. Guillermo's got a look to his stuff. But I'm like, all right, like, okay, I get it. Like, you're not going to look at this and be like, I wonder who made this. You're going to be like, oh, his fingerprints are all over it. But, he frames shots. Go ahead.
No, sorry, please finish your thought, actually.
He frames shots really well. It's shot nicely and lit nicely, and it's pretty to look at. But yeah, just his like style. I don't know. It's just like I said, it's wearing a little thin for me as far as just aesthetics, from an aesthetics standpoint. Go ahead, Deux.
Well, I was going to say, not that this is fair, but if you put this side by side with the Pauly Shore Pinocchio and side by side with the Tom Hanks Pinocchio, it's amazing how refreshing this one looks. I mean, it's just laughable, the other two versions, how derivative they are.
Please tell me you watched all of the Pauly Shore one.
Oh my God, no way.
Oh.
I saw just the one clip where he goes,
Father,
please
it's
turn
funny.
me into a real boy. And that's literally all I could
That's exactly what Kurt Dog typed in the chat. He typed, Father. When can I leave to be on my own? Yeah. So I don't know what to say. I just didn't like it. And I got an hour in and I was like, I got another hour to go. I was like, this is killing me. And again, I love animation. I appreciate animation as an art form, and I think it's very important. So from a purely animated standpoint, one of the best things I've ever seen, just from a visual only
one of the best things
standpoint.
you've ever looked at.
But if someone was like, did you like Pinocchio? I would say, no, I did not like Pinocchio. Separately from Pinocchio, I like the way it looked and the way it was created, but that does not make me enjoy. Like, if I'm watching a movie or a TV show, I need a story and characters that do it for me. It's just like a video game. I can appreciate graphics and art style, but if that's all I got, then I don't like it. I don't know what to say. So visually, sure. Now, the music. It's an animated feature. I understand it's likely going to have music. I don't personally like that, but I don't ever mark anything down for it. What I will say is I thought the music in this Pinocchio was horrible. Like, really, the lyrics were terrible. The melodies were terrible. There's
man.
so much auto tune in all of these songs that it blows my mind. I'm like, nobody listened to this and like thought anything. It's like a level of
Yeah,
auto
they
tune.
did. They thought we need to fix this, so they
Listen.
fix it with auto tune.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm like, listen, if you just put auto tune on Pinocchio, maybe I could buy it if somebody's like, well, he's not a real boy, so auto tune to make him sound real. Okay, maybe I could buy that. But everybody here is auto tuned to death, to the point where I typed in Pinocchio auto tune after I watched it, and articles came up about the movie, and I'm like, all right, just making sure I'm not crazy here that other people are thinking this, because I was like, holy crap. And I could take the auto tune, but the songs are so bad. The songs are like something you would write or sing. No, not write. There's like something you would sing when you were a little kid and you're out of your mind. Like you're 4 years old. Not that good. You're like
That's
4 years
probably why
old
you
or
don't
5
like
years old and you're playing with your toys and you're like, I'm over here and he's jumping up the hill and here comes the monster.
So
and
you
oh
all
my
day,
God.
every day.
And I'm like, oh my God, these are horrible.
Let's use and
Yes. I really, really did not like the music at all. But overall,
I'm disappointed about that. I liked the songs, but I guess I am, an
Sing it to
ignoramus,
us.
So thank
well,
you
that's
very
what I was
much
gonna say.
for-
How
Sing
many
it, dude.
songs?
for
How many
your
songs?
criticism Yet again.
How many songs were memorable to you now? Like, can you recall the songs?
He bought the album.
Yeah. What
Oh.
is it called? Call it something to call it. Call it. And then when like the freaking little guy's gonna like Ewan McGregor's gonna sing, and then you're like, oh no, not another song, and they stop him from singing. I thought it was great.
See, like that's funny. That's and Deux, basically Deux' impression of the song is pretty spot on. That's the first song you hear where Pinocchio doesn't know anything because he's just become a real boy or whatever. He's alive, and he's just picking up stuff, and he's like, what is this called? What is it? And Geppetto does what I like to call Barney singing, and by that I mean he doesn't sing at all. So Pinocchio's like,
That guy, it was Walter Frey singing. I thought that was awesome. That was really him.
what do you mean?
Like the old guy that did Geppetto's voice was
Yeah.
really singing. Like, yeah, I didn't know it was auto-tuned. My ears are broken. I'm dumb. Sorry for liking this. But
No, it's. I'm not saying don't be or don't feel bad for liking it.
Ewan, that was really Walter Frey, the old guy. Like those are real people, like real actors singing those parts. I thought that was cool.
No,
Instead
I
of, like hiring like Kip Lennon or something.
Well, yeah, now I know why they're auto-tuned to death then, because like Nicky Hill said, they if it's the real people, they probably can't sing. But in the song you were talking about, what's it called and all that crap, I was saying Barney singing, as in Geppetto doesn't sing in that song. He does the straight man part of the song, I guess you would call it, where he just speaks like he's not singing. The opening song about the boy and the sun and it shines like the sun. Yeah, he's singing that. But the what is it called song, he doesn't sing in that song. He just speaks. He's the straight man to Pinocchio's singing. So now that I don't knock the movie for, that's a me thing. I just don't like that. And I call it Barney singing because, as Mom Brain, I'm sure can attest to, Barney sings songs where, like, if Barney was going to sing Mary Had a Little Lamb, he'd be like, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb, Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And so like half the song is How You Know It, and half the song is Barney making his own crap up. So
I mean, he's riffing on the song. I mean, that's allowed, right?
all right, Barney fan,
Gotta
that's fine.
I'm not a Barney fan, but he's got to entertain those kids.
Yeah, I mean, is it still going on? Like America's Got Talent?
Yes.
There's a whole show based on people doing their interpretations of other songs.
Oh yeah, but like, I guess I'm not doing it justice. Barney like just basically speaks. He's not singing.
Right.
He's like, he does like an uptalk sentence for half the song, I guess you'd say. But anyway, yes.
Barney was the tenor in the B sharps. I don't see why you're saying he wasn't a great singer.
Yes, now that Barney's got talent. But anyway, yes, I watched the movie as I promised I would. I did not enjoy it.
I love how he thinks that we begged him to watch this movie. I told him he wasn't going to like it last night, to be honest.
I was just about to say, I was just about to say, as Deux, you said last night, you thought I wouldn't like it, and you were correct. Yeah, I'm not saying you guys forced me to watch it at all. I said I promised I would watch it, and I did watch it because
you promised yourself you'd watch it. I could care. I didn't care. I didn't want you to watch it.
Oh, I promised Lube.
All right. Well, Lube
was the one that set us down this Pinocchio road. He's the one that got you to watch it.
Well, I agree with Lube. I liked it. Maybe he and I are just dummies.
Wait, he got you to watch it?
No.
He got you to watch it too?
Yeah, you think he was going to watch it without somebody like?
I don't know. We watched that other terrible movie, and then he went home and watched Pinocchio, and I just thought that's what he decided to do with his night.
Lube recommended it to us the week before.
Oh, I didn't.
Lube and Deux are thick as thieves when it comes to entertainment recommendations. I promised the Lube I would watch it because he recommended it and he liked it a lot. And no, Deux, I'm the weirdo here. Like, it won the Golden Globe for whatever. It Rotten Tomatoes are like 97% critics, 95% audience. I'm the odd man out here.
That's what I kind of thought was interesting. Like, it won the Golden Globe, for best animation, right, or animated film, and it beat a Disney film, at least one Disney film, right? Which is like that never happens, and it's a story that Disney had done prior, so it's just like, wow, like they did it. Great job.
Did you notice any voice actors in this that you liked or disliked, RMC?
I really disliked Pinocchio. I can tell you that much. Boy, oh boy, was that kid annoying.
Dude, wouldn't it be great if he watched the Pauly Shore one, thinking that was the one he was supposed to watch?
Anyone I liked. There was no one where I was like, that's a great performance. Everyone was like,
not even the monkey.
Not even the monkey's fine. The monkey, I got a gripe about the monkey, but storyline gripe. So I don't know if it's spoiler or not, but I'll have to. I don't want to spoil. I'll talk to you about it after.
Did you ever watch Kubo and the 3 strings or 2 strings?
Kate Blanchett doing like 3 different voices.
I did know that
inside of a monkey.
I think we talked about that. Did we talk about that on the podcast?
No.
Where because I know she was in whatever movie with Guillermo, and she was like, whatever you're doing next, I want to do it. And he was like, I'm doing Pinocchio, and the only thing there is a monkey. And she's like, I'll do the monkey. So yeah, she did a great monkey. Like, it's a monkey. Anybody can do a monkey.
Nightmare
if the monkey
Alley.
Spoke, like if the monkey had dialogue, okay, but it's like
No,
basically it's racist.
Speak through its puppets. What don't you understand about this?
Well, that was now you're getting to the spoiler territory, which is what I was going to say for after the show. I was going to be like, this guy, he picks Pinocchio to be in his show when he's got a monkey that can speak English. Like, why aren't you making why are you hiding this thing away? Like, why are you making a bigger deal out of this? Right? You got a puppet that dances around and speaks. That's amazing. Don't get me wrong. That's amazing. But at the same time, you're like, oh, my carnival, I can't make money. If only I had something. You have a monkey that speaks English. And you're like, nothing makes me money here. You're a bad carnival owner. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Instead of putting the monkey front and center, you make it hide behind the scenes to voice puppets. Like, come on. Something's wrong with you, dude. Right? Did that not bother you?
I don't think it did.
I didn't even think about it, but it's starting to bother me now.
You know what else bothered me? Pinocchio lies in the movie at one point and his nose doesn't grow. Nobody thought about this. They make a big deal. Nose grows when you lie. He tells 2 flat out lies to somebody when he's in a scene. I won't say what it is. And his nose doesn't grow.
But did he believe them?
No, he didn't, because the whole point of the conversation is how he doesn't believe it. It's him arguing with another kid, and the kid's like, I love this thing. And Pinocchio's like, oh, well, I love it. Right after he finishes saying how Geppetto says, don't love this thing. So he's lying.
Geppetto told him not to love it, but he says he loves it.
No. I don't want to get into spoilers. It's not like
a weird codependent
it's not like
to
cake
me.
or candy or something. It's something more serious. Well, whatever. There's my thoughts on Pinocchio. We spent enough time on it.
The movie's bad. Don't watch it. We don't recommend it here on this podcast. And the Rotten Tomato scores are wrong.
But
Everyone's
you liked
wrong.
it, though,
No.
right?
My personal opinion is I didn't like it. And I know I am in the minority on this. Deux liked it. Lube liked it. So if the opinion of the podcast is anything, it's 2-1.
Freddie Fro says it could have grown like 1/8 of an inch and you just didn't realize.
Maybe that's it. That's probably true. So there you go.
That's the adaptation we need.
I will say at the very, very, very end.
Stop there. The one with Drew Carey.
At the very, at the very, very end.
He did drugs before talking to the puppet boy.
I did tear up a little bit. I welled up. No tears rolled, but I did well up because the very, very end of the movie, they're just like, boom, bam. They hit you like 1-2 punch where it's like sad stuff. So whatever.
Right. Something to look forward to.
I mean, come on. It's Pinocchio. You're going to, chances are you're going to cry are pretty good because it's Pinocchio. You know how things go down. So whatever. Yeah, technical marvel. But for me, storyline and characters and all that didn't do it for me. But I am in the minority. Let me stress that, in the minority. If anybody in the chat has watched it and would like to share thoughts and I missed them, please copy paste. I will read again because I would like to. I don't want only my opinion. You know what? We've talked enough about other stuff. I was going to do something about Fortnite, but I could save it for later. So let's get into news, Mom Brain. Thank you. We are still in January, the beginning of the year. Video game news is slow, so we don't have too many top stories, but I will tell you what there was, and we'll go over them. First up, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope has underperformed according to Ubisoft, which is something I did a little investigative work on, so I could talk about it here. So Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, the first game in this franchise, I believe sold 10 million. Their latest report, Ubisoft did not share the numbers for Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, but they did say that it was selling, quote, markedly, surprisingly slower than expected, end quote. And they said that's despite, quote, excellent ratings and player reception, as well as an ambitious marketing plan, end quote.
What happened?
That was really good. Ubisoft also said they, quote, Ubisoft also said they expect the game to, quote, do good numbers, end quote, as the months roll on. So they're like, they expected to do better as time rolls on, just did not do what they were expecting at first. And this shows a bigger problem for Ubisoft because a lot of their games haven't been doing what they expected. And they canceled a whole bunch of games too. So things are not going well for Ubisoft. And we've heard that Ubisoft's CEO, Guillemot, has apparently told the staff at Ubisoft, it's like, hey guys, this is your fault. Do better. And that's not right because, listen, you run the company. If the company is not making money and games aren't doing well, it's because of your decisions, because you're the one that green lights everything and tells everybody what to do. So don't place the blame on your henchmen, your poor, lowly developers who are overworking themselves to build these games that you have given the stamp of approval to. So I hate that. I really don't like that comment from him. But anyway. So I'm like, all right, Ubisoft games aren't doing well recently. They've canceled a lot of projects. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope didn't meet expectations sales-wise, but it did critically. And with those who bought it, it's very very well received. So what's going on here? So old RMC took a little time and went snooping through Reddit comments and message boards to see and social media to see what the sentiment was. And there was one sentiment that was overwhelmingly discussed about Ubisoft, more than 9 times out of 10. Anybody on this podcast, do you have a guess as to what everybody said? That's a big...
Who's saying this?
Gamers in general.
So it's their opinion of Ubisoft? Basically?
Yes, it was like a talk about why Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope failed to meet expectations.
Because all they focus on,
I guess,
is Assassin's Creed.
I guess. 2 good guesses here. Dude, you got one?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
So it's actually, hello, Roth. It's actually something that you have touched on before, Deux. Not in regards specifically to Ubisoft.
My junk? Sorry, that's inappropriate.
It's not about Ubisoft in particular, but it does certainly pertain to Ubisoft. Everybody in the comments on discussions about this and Ubisoft in general is like, Why am I going to buy a game from Ubisoft at full price when I know 1 month later they're going to drop the price a ridiculous amount? They're like, Ubisoft drops their prices of games by like 70% a month after they come out. I can wait a month and get the game for a lot less. So why jump in on day one? This was the overwhelming response, and it was upvoted thousands of times. And like, this is the reason everybody's like, yeah, I don't buy Ubisoft's games when they launch because I can get them so much cheaper if I wait 4 weeks. Why would I not do that? So, and everybody's like, look at Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, the first game. Everybody bought that game because Ubisoft dropped the price so quickly, just like they do with their other games. They're like, I can get it for 80% off now. Why would I not do that? So, it seems like that's
Sure,
it.
why
There you
not?
go. Kurt Dog says, yeah, I bought it like a month later when it was $30. There you go. So it makes sense. Ubisoft has taught their customers, hey, we're putting out a new game. Don't buy it at launch. Wait a couple months or wait a month or two, and you can get it at more than 50% off. So basically, consumers are being savvy shoppers. It makes perfect sense. So that's why Ubisoft said they expect Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope to do good numbers as the months roll on, because they're going to do sales just like they do with all their other games. And everybody else in the comments was like, well, this goes to show why Nintendo hardly does sales, why they don't drop the price of their games. And when they do a sale, they never go lower than 30%, because they teach their customers there's no sense in waiting, because the most you're going to get is 30% off, and that's it. So they've taught their customers the value of a Nintendo game. At most, you're going to get 30% off, unless you go to a used market, obviously. But there you go. Nintendo has shown their customers this is the best deal you're going to get. So why not pay the 30% at launch and you get it day one? So there you go. Ubisoft has devalued their own content. And obviously, Nicky Hill, I agree with you on brand saturation as well. Assassin's Creed so often, and everything is Tom Clancy this and Tom Clancy, you get oversaturated. So the two together are a death knell for Ubisoft, particularly right now. They are hurting right now. Their games are not hitting demand, or their games are not reaching their expectations. They have canceled multiple projects. And fans are just like, well, I'm going to wait because that's what you showed me to do. So there you go.
Yeah, didn't they cancel like 4 upcoming games or something recently?
I was going to say 5. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. Yeah, they pulled back from a lot. So, and what do they have lined up that anybody's excited about? They got what's that boat one that they keep delaying? They've delayed it like 3 or 4 times now. I mean, I don't know that there's any like really big excitement about that game. I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically their version of the Rare pirate game, which I also can't remember the name of.
Oh, the Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, yeah. It's like their
Black
take on that,
Sails?
more realistic.
Black
Black
no,
Flag
that-
was an Assassin's Creed game. I don't remember. It's like
Oh,
something
Black,
and
Black
something.
Sails is a TV show, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, like Stars or something TV show about
Yeah,
pirates.
that rings a bell. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Sails.
Skull
was
and
on
Bones.
Stars,
Thank
I
you,
believe.
Kurt Dog. I appreciate that. I'm scrolling up. Freddie Fro says, if you guys want to see a fantastic animated movie, you got to see Puss in Boots 2. I've heard so much good stuff about that movie.
I saw that on a list somewhere and I laughed at myself and I was like, come on, really?
Hi, Video Game Guru.
Apparently, yeah.
I've heard excellent things. I've only seen one Shrek movie. It was the third Shrek movie.
In the theater, right?
In the theater.
Because
for
if you're going to
someone's
see one, watch the third
Well, it was
one.
for a friend's birthday. They
Isn't
really
that
liked
the night
Shrek.
that Lube gave himself sciatica
Yes. Yes,
because
it was.
he sat down on the.
on the arm of the chair or
Yes.
something like
And
that?
for
Was that there? I
months
thought
later.
I was there for that. I don't remember. Seeing it
So yeah, I
later.
saw Shrek 3. Did not like Shrek 3. I have no other touch points with the Shrek franchise.
no.
Hello, Solomon.
I wasn't there for that, but as he was suffering with that, I smacked his butt to make it worse. Just like when he had terrible sunburn, I smacked his back.
Puss in
That
Boots.
wasn't
Not
just
thinking
sunburn.
about
That
it.
was sun poisoning.
Puss in Boots isn't in. It's still in theaters, right? It's not streaming, is it?
The sequel, yeah, I think so.
2.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
God, man.
This is the sequel.
I gotta watch the first Puss in Boots then, I guess.
Why you didn't watch Shrek 1 and 2?
What does that matter? I didn't like Shrek 3. I
Why
don't
do
know
you gotta
anything
watch
about
the
Puss
second?
in Boots.
No, he means like You didn't see Shrek 1 and 2, and you skipped to Shrek 3. So why not skip Puss in Boots 1 and go to Puss in Boots 2?
The only reason I saw Shrek 3 was for a friend's birthday. Like, I wasn't going to watch Shrek 3 otherwise. A friend wanted to go see Shrek 3 for their birthday, so I
being
went.
like really annoyed that I was spending money on the ticket. Like, ugh.
Well, even the friend said that movie wasn't good. So, but Puss in Boots, it's not. I'll jump in.
Not that I see.
I'll jump in when it's streaming. What is that? It's Universal, so that'll be Peacock, I guess. Anyway, back to Ubisoft and not making money. Currybow says, hard to know if it's really bad without knowing what their expectations were. The first one was very successful. Yeah, would be nice if they shared that stuff, but they didn't. So, yes, Nicky Hill?
Just reading the plot.
Plot. Something about it's 9 lives.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Beware, Pokemon fans. If you're on the internet and you're looking for a Pokemon game to play, make sure what you are going to play is an official Pokemon game. Do not stray.
Something is looming.
Do not follow random links. Do not take friend recommendations without looking them up yourself. Cybersecurity analysts have warned that there is some shady Pokemon business going on, not from the actual company, but from ne'er-do-wells. As we said recently, there was some game out there that was an NFT game, Pokemon related, that wasn't official, and they were trying to steal people's money. Well, now it's going on with another company. They are trying to get people to sign up for a Pokemon game, and it's like register for more information. Well, if you register, you know what you're registering? A backdoor to your credit card information and your address and your personal details. This South Korea's OnLab Security Emergency Center is warning about malware that you can get on your mobile device or your PC if you try and do this. It is a fake Pokemon card game. If you even click the play on PC button, it's over. Your information is stolen and made off with. So Bernie made off with. So please do not do that. Go to Pokemon.com and do your game research there. Or come to GoNintendo. We will keep you safe too. But be careful. I'll keep you safe. I feel confident in being able to keep people safe with video game stuff. So Currybo says, if it's not an official app store or game store, be wary, folks. Even then, check the publisher developer. That is right. Stay safe. You do not want to be a victim of identity theft. I heard a horrifying story about identity theft on TikTok yesterday. There was a guy who said his parents were scammed out of, it was like $10,000 or $20,000.
My pop was 20 grand.
His parents got a call. So the parents received a call from their son, and it was like, Mom, Dad, I don't remember what the story was, but it was like, I need money. I'm in trouble. And they were like, okay, we'll give you the money. And they gave him the money however they asked, and that's it. The money's gone forever. Why did these parents do this? You know, a lot of old people fall for this stuff, but these were more savvy than most. But you know why they fell for it? Because this guy has some sort of thing. He's got some sort of presence online. He's not like a personality, but he's got videos that have hours and hours and hours worth of him talking. And the new horrible scam is somebody trained in AI to fake this man's voice. Wow. And they called using this fake voice and used the script. So these people think they're talking to their son. They hear their son. Yeah. And the son's like, I need money, I need help. And they did it. So they're using a fake voice, an AI trained voice to fool parents. That's scary. Like my parents, just this week, something happened to my mom where I'm not going to get into specifics. She didn't fall for it. She knew it was good right off the bat, but it was somebody to try and get money from her. Thankfully she's on the up and up, and I was here too, and I double checked, but stuff happens. But if something, you know, if my mom got a call from what she thought was me and heard me, I still think she would be okay, but I couldn't blame her if she wasn't. Like, if you hear what you think is my voice.
Yeah.
So this guy was like, make sure you make
I can't
code
tell
words.
the difference between a robot voice and a, well, that it's a robot voice and a robot voice. That's why I got confused, but very small differences for me.
If this guy was saying, make sure you have a keyword with friends and family like we used to have back in the day, you know, when it was like you're a little kid, it was like if somebody says they're coming to pick you up, they got to know the password. We have a family password. So this is, you need a family password. Like if this happens to you, or you tell your parents, listen, if I'm calling and I'm saying need money, ask me for the password. The password shouldn't be password. It should be some family word that only makes sense to the family. So be careful, guys. Crazy stuff going on. We got the Japanese hardware and software sales for all of 2022. So obviously, no big deal with the Switch. We knew it was going to be number one. It sold another 4.8 million in Japan alone this year. To put that in perspective, the PS5 was the number 2 best-selling console in Japan this year, and it sold 1.1 million units. So the Switch sold 4.8 million units. But
all year?
Throughout the year in Japan alone, yes. So that's crazy. That's crazy. We have the top 10 software for Japan. This is across all platforms, Deux and Nicky Hill. Again, top 10 software in Japan for all of 2022 sold at retail. All platforms.
Pokemon.
Yes. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was number 1. Pokemon Legends was number 3. So that takes 2 spots off the board. Deux, do you have a guess?
E-Ring. E-Ring Eldenar.
He guesses E-Ring Eldenar for Japan, and he is correct. Barely. Number 10 came in at number 10 with 356,000 units sold in Japan. Mom Brain, we are doing Japan 2022 retail software.
Splatoon.
Mom Brain guesses Splatoon 3, which is number 2. Yes, with 3.6 million units sold in Japan alone. Nicky Hill, back to you.
Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 6. Another 740,000 units sold this year in Japan. Yes, Deux, you're up.
Kirby and the Forgotten Realm.
Kirby and the Forgotten Realm is number 4. Yes, just under 1 million sold this year in Japan alone. Very good. Mom Brain, back to you. You guys are, this is the top 10. You haven't missed yet. You've gotten a lot of them.
How many do we
Pokemon?
Pokemon was already guessed.
Farts.
You were in the bathroom. It's okay. You got number 1, number 2, number 3, number
Animal
4.
Crossing.
You don't have number 5. Mom Brain guesses Animal Crossing, and that ends the streak, everyone.
Sorry,
I'm
everyone.
so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I was going to break it. I was going to lose it.
Are you all right? You sound really nervous.
Yeah.
Number 5 was Nintendo Switch Sports.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that's a thing.
Number 7 was Minecraft, specifically
I
on the
was gonna
Switch.
say Minecraft. Farts.
Number 8 was Mario Party Superstars, and number 9 was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So if you'll take note, Japan's top 10 for the year had 9 Switch games in it and 1 PS4 game. That's it. The state of gaming in Japan, everybody. And as I said, Switch was number 1, hardware, PS5 was number 2. To put things in more perspective, Xbox Series X and S was number 3 in Japan. That sold 270,000 units. Xbox not popular in Japan, but growing. I will say growing. So that's important to note. Japan, Microsoft has not given up on Japan, but shows you where they're at. Currybo says, I'm surprised Animal Crossing isn't on the list. Sales must have dropped off dramatically. Video Game Chronicle, friend of the site, reported only last November about it being Japan's best-selling game of all time. Surely it sold more than 356K in 2022. I'm sure it's in the top 20, but it didn't make the top 10. I can get those numbers for you at some point. North America, what do we got in North America? Let me tell you, as I said, it's a quiet time of the year right now, as you probably know, but games are still coming out. This week on the Switch in North America, Alphadia Neo, Arcade Archives Galaga, Back to Brother, Backpack Twins, Basil, Boat Simulator, Breakers Collection, Burrow of the Fallen Bear, a gay furry visual novel, Chasing Static, Cluttered 12, It's About Time, Collector's Edition, Collab Ball, Crime Secrets, Crimson Lily, Dragonoka, Dragon Fury, Draw and Color Kawaii, Special Edition, Dusk 82, Fight of Steel, Infinity Warrior, Go Rally, I'll Be Your Ideal Lover, My Dream Lover, Japanese escape games, The Abandoned Schoolhouse, Kids Party Checkers, Little Kong Jungle Fun Extended Edition, Lone Ruin, heard good things about that, Magic Card Tricks. Memora. Mrs. Cat Between Worlds. Any Escape. Spelled N-E-S. Escape. It's like point and click. I can see the cover. Come on, somebody. NES point and click game. Famous. Thank you, Josh. Oh, I can see the cover. It starts with an S or something.
Is the one that we played? What was that?
I own it.
Was it the one that we played that was
Shadowgate? Thank you, Malakalo.
Yes,
Hello,
that was the
Eggplant Jr. Deja Vu also fits in there as well. Yes, that answer also counts. Good job, guys. I knew I could count it. Yes, it's a game in that style, but brand new. Puzzle Vacations, Ireland. Okay. Rafa's World. Roof Jump, Stunt Driver. Rooten, Rooten. Shield Maiden, Remix Edition. Suhoshin. Terror of Hemasaurus. The House of Da Vinci. 3. Think Logic, Sudoku, Binary, Suguru. Vengeful Guardian, Moonrider. Pay attention to that one. Never mind. I'm playing it now. I'll tell you about it later. Warp 7. And Wings of Blue Star. There's your releases. Link the Viking as the first comment and says, I pick up Puzzle Vacations Ireland, but it might be too easy. Okay. I think they're from Ireland. I believe I remember them saying that.
Okay.
Joshua, can you introduce our friend, the one and only Nicky Hill, please?
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky's sweet releases.
Well, thank you, Josh. I don't know.
Baby, lock the door
One
and turn.
above where it normally is.
Yeah, that is it. This is the week of January 12th, the year of our Lord.
I like how it moves one spot and you're like, where'd it go?
Well, the other one that I clicked on was
Europe.
a European,
Yeah.
and I skipped that one. And I went to, I think the third one up top was a European story, and I clicked. So listen, it goes back to a time I was really young. We were going to the video store to return a movie, and I ran out of the car and I ran into the video store and I looked around and it was a laundromat, and I looked at my mom and I said, "They moved."
Was it the one by the pizza place?
Well, no, it was out by me.
Oh, because
but I ran into the wrong door, and so here it is. I clicked into the wrong store.
Has anyone else ever done the thing where they run up when they were little? You run up behind your mom and grab her from behind, around the waist or whatever, and it's not your mom. I did that once. She was at the deli counter, and I was like, I don't know what made me do it, but I ran and like a little kid did, and I grabbed and I put my arms around her, and I have my mother's can. It's pretty recognizable. But apparently there was another well-endowed from the back lady at Linko, and I gave her a big old hug, and I remember being like scared stiff.
Especially when she ripped one.
I was like a fainting goat. It just was I went totally stiff and was like, oh my God, I'll never forget that feeling. I can see it.
Neither will she.
Yeah. I was pretty cute, so I imagine, she took it well.
I don't even know
Yeah,
how to go
I
into
have
this
a horror story. One of my earliest memories as a child, I was walking down the hall of the elementary school holding my mom's hand, and we were walking with her friend who was her age at the time, her college roommate who she's been friends with forever. And we're walking, holding my mom's hand, and I look up, and it's not my mom's hand. It was Aunt Phyllis's hand, and I freaked out, and I've never held a hand since.
I have heard of this happening to people. I've not done this. It's probably because I always used to hide.
I've never held the wrong hand or hugged the wrong butt.
I would do the opposite. I used to go run and hide on my mom in department stores. So I'd go to the circular.
For fun. It wasn't like you were scared of her.
I'd go to the circular racks with clothing and hide inside, and my mom could only. My mom would be like,
perfect because
Robbie, where are you? Where are you? And I wouldn't say anything because I thought it was so funny. She would eventually only be able to find me because I'd be laughing too much and trying to stifle it. So, or someone in the store would be like,
so you can sit. Those were the only places in the store you could sit.
Just remember running my hands across all the clothing and being like, this is amazing.
Your aunt talks about how she hated bringing you, like going shopping with you and your mom, she'd be like, it was horrible. We would lose him. Like, I mean, and that's like your worst fear.
I still
As
do
a
that
parent,
stuff today.
yeah,
Or even that, like, you know, he like went off to hide, but it's not impossible that someone snatched him in the process. So like, yeah, logic tells you he's probably hiding, but somebody could have snatched him. That's
Not
terrifying.
lucky. My mom is not lucky enough. Nicky Hill sweet releases.
Yeah, thank you. So these are the games. January, let's do this in Europe. Back to Brother. Breakers Collection. Burrow of the Fallen Bear, a gay, furry visual novel. Chasing Static. Children of Silent Town, as they should be.
Oh.
Am I right?
Amen.
Seen but not heard. Dragonaka? Any one of those. It's one game. You pronounce it how you want. Flight of Steel, Infinity Warrior. Flipped on. Almost like
Okay.
jacking in.
Jacking in, yeah.
That's how you get into the internet or whatever.
I really enjoyed that movie night movie. I really did.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Japanese escape games, The Abandoned Schoolhouse. Man, that might be creepy, huh? Kids Party Checkers. Lone Ruin. Heard good things about that. Lost Dreams, Stars, Neon Souls, Rafa's World. Rafa looks like a person you could be good friends with. It's a different. Never mind.
Mark Ruffalo.
Roof Jump Stunt Driver. Okay. Rootin'.
Newton.
I don't know what this game is, but I love the name.
Salamander. This one. Salamander Country Public Television.
Yep. It's a great name.
Scrap Riders.
Heard good things about that too.
That'd
Scrap
be a nice
Riders.
bumper sticker.
Yeah,
Like-
right.
Salamander
What does that
Country
mean?
Public Television. I'm a supporter. Snake Game. Suhoshin. Terror of Hemosaurus. Tohu fan-made virtual autobiography.
Nope.
Autography?
Autography. Still can't say it right. Autography.
There you go.
Tohu fan-made virtual autography.
Oh man.
Autography.
Everybody's got words they can't say. I'm there too.
Toho. Fan-made virtual autography.
Hey, you did it.
Still don't know what that is. Unless it's how to write your autograph. Vengeful Guardian Moonrider. Almost said Vengeful Garden. This is hard. Warp 7. Are we done?
Are there any comments, Nicky?
Yeah, Karibo had the first comment. Karibo said, the weirdness and randomness of some of these, like Salamander Country Public Television.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that to see what that is.
Okay.
Europeans, stay tuned because we got more news for you. Your latest free Switch Online game trial is available.
Not all-
starting January 19th.
Not all European time is Europoopin time, but all Europoopin
right.
time is European time.
If you have Switch Online and you are a member as of January 19th, you will be able to play for as much as you want. I normally say in its entirety, but that doesn't make sense for this game. You'll be able to play as much as you want from January 19th to the 26th. Uno on the Switch. Get the family together for some Uno. Hop online with friends. Play some Uno. It is the Switch free game trial for Switch Online members. As usual, there will be a discount on Uno during that time as well. So if you like your free trial, you can buy the full game. Most upvoted comment goes to Steister, and they say a soundboard related clip. I'll let Mom Brain figure out what it is. Oh, she looks like she knows. Scrolling.
We got a new bongo.
That is the correct clip. Very good, Mom Brain. Steister says we've got a new bongo. But he put Uno. The no in parentheses. The Uno bongo. We've got an Uno bongo. There's a new sound clip for you. There you go. We also have more European stuff, which is what also confused Nicky Hill. We have the European hardware software sales for 2022 revealed. Let me give you the breakdown on basic stats first, then we'll get into the game list. New game sales increased year-on-year by 16%. Switch sales were down year-on-year. Not a surprise there. 159 million console and PC games were sold across European markets in 2022. That's down 7.1% the year before. So new game sales up, overall game sales down. 82 million were sold digital, 76 were sold physical. Pokemon, nothing. Pokemon Violet and Scarlet sales were 13% bigger year-on-year than Diamond and Pearl, and Pokemon Scarlet sales were 8% bigger than Pokemon Sword and Shield. The UK was the number 1 games market in Europe. Germany was number 2. France was number 3. Germany and France were the strongest markets for Switch titles. Switch was comfortably, their words, not mine, comfortably the number 1 console in Europe, despite sales falling 15%. So even though Switch sales were down 50% year-on-year in Europe, Switch was still comfortably the number 1 console. Switch was number 1 in all European countries minus Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, where it was number 2. Oh, no.
I'm just going to say...
Peripherals.
Sorry.
That's a word I can't say.
I looked up Salamander.
Yes.
Salamander County Public Television. It's like a mini game based thing.
Okay.
Where like you show up to work at the county public television station
Ooh.
and no one is there. So
I like it.
You're on your own.
So like UHF.
Like, the trailer that I just looked up where it's just saying like it's just like the introduction or whatever, like saying that it's released on all other systems because it came on Steam first, maybe. I don't know. It looks like a Cinco ad.
Oh, I like it.
I didn't hear it, so I don't know what it sounds like, but
I'm gonna check it out. Switch Joy-Con were the number 3 best-selling peripheral in Europe for 2023 or 2022. Sorry. And as I said, we have our top 20 European games. Now remember, this is a physical sales chart that does include digital, but Nintendo does not report digital in any region. So Nintendo games are obviously on this list, but please note it is not the full picture. It is only physical sales. So Europe, all of Europe 2022, all video games. And it starts with Mom Brain.
FIFA.
FIFA is number 1. Very good, Mom Brain. And it goes to Nicky Hill.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is number 2. Yes, very good. Deux.
E-Ring, Elden R.
E-Ring is number 3. You guys did it. 1, 2, 3.
Let's stop there. Let's just stop there.
Mom Brain, continue.
Not that I don't trust you. It's just good stuff after those.
Racing? What's the racing? It's not Gran Turismo, is it? It's
well, that is one, but Forza is the other one, right? Just say GT Forza. It covers it all. Like NBA, the show.
It does not cover it all. I will ask for specifics.
Let's go with GTA.
Grand Theft Auto. You're going with.
Yeah.
Yes, that is number 4.
That's the other
Not only does your streak continue, your in order streak continues. Number 5 is also FIFA, so we'll skip that. And now I'm just looking for a guess, but you're up to number 6 in order if you want to try and guess the number 6 title.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 11. It is on the list. Deux?
G of War Ragnarok.
G of War Ragnarok is number 7. Yes. Back to you, Mom Brain.
6, though, huh?
Yes, you haven't gotten 6 yet, but you're doing great.
Do we think Minecraft has what it takes?
If you could get 10 out of the top 20, that would be awesome.
Oh, we still have a lot to get. Oh.
Pokemon.
Can I get a specific?
Violet.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, says the lady. Yes, number 16.
Wow, really? They don't like it that much over there?
This is the whole year. By the time this chart came out, it had like 28 days.
Well, then Pokemon Arceus.
He guesses Pokemon Arceus, and that is the missing number 6. There you go. Deux, back to you.
Horizon Forbidden West.
Horizon Forbidden West is number 9. Yes, back to you, Mom Brain. You guys are doing great.
Forbidden West.
That's really funny, Nicky.
That is good. That is very good. Set time.
Minecraft.
She goes with Minecraft. She hemmed and hawed, and unfortunately, Minecraft is number 17.
thank
It's on here.
gosh.
You made it. It continues. Nicky Hill.
By
the way, as always, only the Switch edition.
Forza,
which was discussed before.
I blew it.
And I'm so sorry. It has officially come to an end.
I guess
Forza is
Gran
not on
Turismo's
here.
probably on there.
Gran Turismo is on here. Yes, I'm so sorry. So you missed number 8, which was Lego Star Wars.
I keep forgetting that.
Number 10, Gran Turismo 7. You missed number 12, Deux, Rat Hat Redemption 2. You guys again you missed this on Japan and you missed this on Europe. Nintendo Switch Sports, number 13. Pokemon Violet was number 14. F1, another racing game you could have gone
That's
for,
what I was thinking
was
of.
15. Pokemon Scarlet, 16. Minecraft. 18 was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. 19 was Kirby and the Forgotten Land. And 20 was Mario Party Superstars. There's a snapshot of what Europe was into in 2022. First comment comes from Currybo and says, a worthy victory again for Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo came out on top in terms of hardware and had multiple titles in the top 20. A good year for Nintendo. Very impressive 5+ years on for the Switch.
Nintendo is still doomed.
Always doomed, yes. What do we got here? This is very impressive. Can I get a drum roll, please? Over in Japan, Pokemon Scarlet. I'm waiting for you.
Oh.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sales have surpassed Pokemon Sword and Shield sales. You must be like, huh? What? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out 8 weeks ago.
Is that the game that they're saying is broken, or was that Arceus?
No, this is the one they're saying was broken. It is in
really?
much better shape.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
They released one major patch so far that certainly improved frame rate. There is a way to go, but yes, it came out 8 weeks ago, and in Japan it sold 4.6 million units already. Just 4.6 million units in Japan alone in 8 weeks. That beats Pokemon Sword and Shield. It took Pokemon Sword and Shield over 3 years to break the 4 million mark. Pokemon Sword and Shield, one of the top-selling games on the Switch. But to put things in perspective, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet beat that game's total in Japan in 8 weeks. 3 years versus 8 weeks. This is what Pokemon fans are saying. They're like, listen, this game certainly didn't come out in the best of technical shape, but as far as gameplay goes, this is something special for Pokemon. I can't tell you how many people I've seen say, I've played every Pokemon game, mainline Pokemon game. This is, if not the best one of the best ones. And it marks a evolution for the series, no pun intended. But people are really identifying with this Pokemon game. So everybody's like, boy, this gives me hope for the future. Hopefully they continue this evolution and also make sure technically the next game is up to snuff. I think it's safe to say the next mainline Pokemon game will not be on the Switch. It's going to be on whatever the Switch's successor is. So we should be in very good shape. We shall see. Riff Silver says, this is a big reply to somebody else. It's an argument. I don't know what to do here. You know what? It's not an argument. It's a very well thought out discussion where the person that is addressed in the comment agrees with the response. So that's great. That's what I like to see. It's a novel. I'm going to let you guys read it on your own, but it's a back and forth that ends amicably. So that's great. Good job, Currybo and Riff Silver.
If you want some pessimistic Pokemon comments, I'm here.
Well, if you write them on the site, I'll read them. You be the number one comment and I'll read it.
I wouldn't do that. I was just trying to be a jerk.
I dare not say that. So there you go. That's good. That's what I like to see. And then finally, we have another Pokemon story because Deux loves them. But I think you will actually enjoy this one. TikTok. Pretty popular app. What's popular on TikTok? Whole bunch of stuff. But it's always a trend to put your TikTok with a popular song.
Ramit always sends me those. Howdy, partner. I reckon it's Tuesday. Howdy partner. I
I'll
recognize.
give you a song
The
from another one.
Catterday one today was great.
I'm going to give you another song from Mom Brain's favorite TikToks. If you're on TikTok, you'll probably know this song. Womp, 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 bwee, 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 womp, bwee, 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 oh, wee. To prove if you're a TikTok fan
Love
and
it.
you're on the same algorithm we are, if you recognize that song, post a related GIF in the Discord.
Please.
Let's see if
Did
somebody
you
can do it.
see the one with the couch?
I sent it to you today. Did you not look at the TikToks I sent you
Oh,
before I even
maybe.
went to bed?
No, I guess that is the one. I guess I just assumed it came up on my feed anyway. How great is that?
That's why I sent it to you.
Yeah.
But anyway, TikTok. You do a video. Sometimes you match it with a song to do part of a trend. And Pokemon Company did that. Nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing. This came from the official Japanese Pokemon account. And they used a popular TikTok song to make a video to reach more people. In a
Was it a
very
dirty song?
rare misstep, whoever's in charge of the TikTok social media content over at Pokemon Company in Japan didn't bother to see what the song said in its native language, that language being English. So this song on TikTok is, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. But the TikTok version is very fast. And it says, if you're mother effing happy and you mother effing know it, clap your mother effing hands. It says it over and over and over and over again. Cannot play it on the show, obviously. But yes, they posted with that song, and everybody's like, wow, the official Pokemon account is wilding out. They removed it. But as you know, the internet never forgets. So, of course, there are multiple archived versions of this. It's Pikachu dancing around and to this song specifically, harassing Lucario. But obviously, they didn't know that the F-bomb was dropped.
I mean,
Probably
they're just
20
trying
times
to
in the
relate
song.
to a hipper crowd.
Well, they deleted it right away.
They related too hard.
So, yeah, as I said, rare misstep. I don't know whoever's, I would guess, the old guard at Pokemon Company is worried about the games and all that content. And they're like, we need somebody for TikTok. We don't know what TikTok is or what's going on there. And then there's the language barrier as well. And the fact that the song is sung very quickly. So if you're not an English native speaker, you probably didn't even realize it was saying F-bombs, but boy, was it. So a little public embarrassment for the Pokemon Company. Link
You've
the
got it
Viking.
up on the site, the dirty version,
I do, yeah.
with no warnings or anything.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay, well, never mind.
I mean, yeah, it's
Well, it does say shares an F-bomb filled TikTok.
yeah, I mean, it's in the
But-
title. It's in the title.
But
I'm
a little surprised it's just there. I don't know.
I put in the title that there's an F-bomb filled TikTok, and then you see a video on the post. I would suspect it has the F-bombs in it, but I guess I could go in and
Listen,
update
man,
it.
as a business owner, you can't just assume people are going to think things.
Well, on
You
top of
gotta
that,
cover
there's
your
there's
bases.
no rule on GoNintendo that we can't do F-bombs. It's just I don't usually do
What
them.
rules,
because
you
you just
sons of bitches?
made up that rule now. or that lack of a
I mean, I personally don't use the F-bomb a lot in real life. Like, I don't really say F's unless I'm making a joke, and that's only
You say
because.
F. I feel like you say F a lot more than you
Oh
say
yeah,
the
I
actual
say
word.
the letter F. Yeah, definitely. I just listen. If I'm gonna drop a curse, my go-to is usually shovel, and I don't really say that all that much. I'm just not a big cursor. Now, Nintendo, on the other hand, she more than makes up for it. She has a filthy mouth. Anyway, Link to Viking
So do I.
has the most upvoted comment, and he says, this new Poke Rap music has gotten out of hand. Yeah, the new Poke Rap has listen, times have changed. That was decades ago. You got to spruce up the song. We got a new Ash is out, new season, new characters. You got to go hardcore. People like cursing in their songs nowadays. So there you go. Yes, Nicky Hill, you were smiling at something.
No, nothing. I got confused.
Okay.
Big surprise.
And that is your top stories for the week, Mom Brain. What did you play?
Well, I didn't play anything.
Thanks, Mom Brain. Nicky
However,
Hill, what did you?
Well,
Go ahead. I'm joking.
Let her
I'm joking.
talk.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
so so this week at school there was a lockdown, and it was not a drill, but it was an accidental it was an accidentally triggered lockdown. So everything was safe and fine. It was just accidentally triggered. However, we didn't know what was going on. So I I was following protocol, doing all the things I was supposed to do. One of the things that you need to do is be absolutely silent. And the student that I have has some anxiety and, has some difficulty regulating behaviors and emotions. So I always try to be mindful of like bringing like my computer or something just, to try and make it like as like comfortable as possible. And the student happens to be obsessed with Roblox doors. And so we watched like 40 minutes worth of playthroughs with no volume on of Roblox doors. And then after we finished, and I'm like whispering questions
Doors as in
about
just
it.
like opening and closing, or is that like a certain
It's the name
mode?
of a game.
Yeah, doors.
Oh.
It's like you have to get through like 100 doors. And there's like monsters and like all this craziness that happens. And so we're like whispering back and forth as I'm like, listening for gunshots in a school. And I'm like, so wait, so like you have a health meter and like, wait, what is he getting? And like, we're having this like in-depth conversation, and it actually helped the time pass a lot more like comfortably. And then after everything was done and, the lockdown was lifted, we watched it with the volume on, and it was scary for me. I was scared of the game. I think there's a character called like Killy Willy, and there's this monster that goes like, psst, and then it like screams like you gotta hide, you're being chased, like all the stuff I don't like. So I feel like I had like the full experience basically of Roblox doors. So I feel like, I didn't play it, but I certainly got an education.
I'm sorry you had the experience of the lockdown.
Oh yeah, that's pretty normal.
I'm glad
so.
I'm glad Roblox
Yeah.
silent Roblox got you through it, but then I'm also sorry that volume on Roblox scared you once again.
Yeah, it was a real roller coaster of a day.
Yeah.
So no Roblox at home. That's what you're saying. Not gonna
I
play
don't think so.
doors
No,
here.
no, I don't think so.
Nikki Hill, what'd you play?
I played.
I know this boy's got something to talk about now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
You've been
you
looking
told
at
me
my stuff?
as much. No, you told me earlier this week.
I downloaded stuff, but you don't know what I did.
I mean, you told me some of it.
You don't
I didn't tell you
know
anything.
me.
Okay.
What did I tell you?
Nothing.
What did I tell you?
Real nice, Mrs. Pancake.
I don't know. I don't think I played anything until after I saw you.
Wrong.
Clubhouse game. Did we talk about it? No.
I have no idea
Now
what's
I'm
going
curious,
on here.
but you probably know everything about me better than I know myself. So, Clubhouse games, big surprise.
What
Not a lot
game?
though.
House cheese, please.
Sea House G's, Club HG games,
Club H games, yeah.
Club HGs. I don't know. Anyway, then I played Wavetail.
No.
Is that a surprise?
Yes.
Oh, it's not.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I finished it.
Whoa.
And I don't know. You've had such an intimate relationship with the people who made it that I don't want to talk about it.
What do you mean?
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it as much as you loved it.
I didn't talk to these people until after I already played the game. And my relationships don't matter to your experience. Tell the truth. That's all I care about.
Well, they're probably listening now, and I don't want to insult
Could
anybody.
be. Listen.
I don't know. Listen.
You tell the truth.
the
That's what I
character-
want. I don't
The
care who's
animations
listening.
kind of bugged me from
He's
the
heading
beginning
towards certain death.
because the characters, the way their expressions are and everything, their faces are like popped on like me characters, and that was really frustrating. And it was just very distracting to me.
It is a very specific art style. It's like what could I liken it to?
Like me characters. That's their
n-
expressions. Their eye, all the shapes and everything that they use are the same presets that you have for me's.
It's
If I wanted to play with a me, I would play Wii Sports or something.
it's like Klasky Cuspo, however you say it, like that kind of stuff, like
Cusimano.
Real Monsters or Pepper Ann, which is a different
Pepper
company,
Ann,
like
Pepper Ann,
that
much
kind
too
of
cool for
style.
7th grade. Pepper Ann.
I don't know. It bugged me
gonna
because
do
like
it?
their
1 in a million.
their face animations were also like sort of transparent too, because they're like placed on top of another background, so like you kind of see through it. I don't know, it was just distracting to me. And then some of the voice acting was not knocking it out of the park for me.
Who didn't you like?
The grandmother bugged me, but and like sometimes
her how she portrayed the character, or her voice?
the voice acting just didn't seem to actually fit the like environment. Kind of, it just seemed like it was like layered on top of things, but it wasn't all like pulled together with the sound design, I guess, for me. I mean, I got over it. Like I kind of like continued playing without it distracting me the entire time. But there was that. And then sometimes like no surprise, I kind of broke the game once. I had to restart. I also put it into like I paused it. And when I went back to, and I put it into sleep mode. And when I went back to play, there was, cause like I had to leave for something. And so like, and I wasn't sure how things saved. I didn't see the save thing come up, which apparently it does. I just didn't see it. So when I paused it and put it into sleep mode, I came back. I had to recomplete things that I had already completed. After talking to somebody who like you talk to afterwards anyway. So it was like a weird, like I was at a farther point, but then I had to go backwards still, which I guess is what happens if you know, if it doesn't save.
I mean, if it doesn't save.
But it didn't need to save because I put it to sleep mode.
I
you know what I mean?
Listen,
like
I don't trust sleep mode in anything, so I can't comment on it.
Midway. Anyway, so that happened, and then I was surfing and went to jump onto a rock and got stuck inside the rock and couldn't move and couldn't get out. That happened a couple of times.
I haven't had any glitches on the Switch version. I had a couple glitches on the Stadia version.
But like jumping around and stuff, the way the camera moved, it threw me off a few times. And like there were times when I was standing on nothing. There were not like the background or whatever didn't even pop in. So, I mean, that was like, those are my biggest gripes. The music I liked, but then it does like this weird thing where it just restarts from like, it's like, it builds up and it like, it's really incredible. And then it just cuts out.
Yeah.
And
that is not how I experienced it on PC.
And like, so that was jarring for me and it just took me out of that moment kind of.
I agree.
But I will say, it's the best use of a helicopter sound or something in a soundtrack of a song. It's basically drums, but it just sounds like it's like a.
Oh yeah, I got you.
And it sounds like a helicopter. Also, I thought I heard a teapot whistle in the soundtrack too.
Oh, if only I asked the composer.
But and then the thing that really bugged me the most was there's voice acting throughout the majority of the game. There's a couple of times when there's text bubbles without voice acting to go along with it. So you're just reading what the dialogue is. And it gets to like the most interesting character arcs and stuff and the most interesting point of the game. And you have to read what they're saying. And that was just like a total miss. Like, why would you not have your actors actually act out the most important, like emotional points unless they couldn't hit it? I don't know. Like,
I do not remember having this feeling. Otherwise, I would comment.
It was like really silly to me that it gets to that point, and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna read it now. But yeah, I read the interview with the voice actor for the main character, and they said they were never in the same space together, which happens a lot with animation. I mean, Tom Hanks never was in the same space as Tim Allen, but like
amazing.
But like they're recording the stuff on their own equipment in their own spaces.
Yeah.
So they're getting scripts given to them. They were not given the whole story, the whole script at once. They were given pieces to do. And I think there are a couple of times where maybe that showed. And I think why some of that dialogue just felt flat to me in some of those places.
Oh,
also,
sure,
I met a guy Never mind. I'm not going to talk about it. It could be a spoiler.
Oh, okay. I'm sure doing voice acting in an environment where you're actually with the other people helps a good deal.
Or if you're actually like in a space with people producing it
Yeah.
and stuff, rather than just like, here's this, cool, take it, put it in. Like, I'm sure there was a lot of back and forth, but I don't know. But I mean, I enjoyed it. It was there's something very soothing about like just floating on water in a game.
Yeah, I usually don't like water travel in games, but that one did it for me.
Yeah.
Something about rolling along with the waves and you move so pun intended fluidly. Yeah, I just like that momentum and that feeling of movement.
It was weird to me too. There's like moments where you can kind of like jump up and dive down to get like an extra boost of speed, but it wasn't always available, and there wasn't like a meter or anything showing when that was going to be available. It would happen. You'd be able to jump in more from off of surfaces.
I believe it has to do with if you're running or not running when you do your jump.
Well, it didn't. I mean,
like
I was at a dead.
If you're surfing along the water and not holding the run button versus holding the run
No,
button.
I was doing that constantly. Like I was constantly running.
That's what I'm saying. I believe you have to let off the run button to have the dive option.
I would run and then like I was doing that. I was letting off to jump in the air. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to. I remember
I tried
it being
a bunch of
tied
different
to
ways,
running
and like
not
I couldn't reproduce that, which is like.
Did you? It's got the instruction booklet in it. I'm sure it says. I don't remember. Otherwise,
Why would I want to read that? I had to read the actual
Okay.
story.
What'd you think of that little diary that she's got?
I forgot to go back to it.
Oh,
but I collected some things.
I really liked the diary because it gives more story insight too. But it's not just like words on a page. It's like doodles and
right.
I like that it was told that way, or some things were told that way.
Yeah, well, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back and read these, and then
I didn't.
Well, the interesting thing about the game is like I couldn't. There was a couple of times. I already talked about putting it down, but there were a couple of times when I couldn't put it down. Like I was like, I'm just gonna finish this one thing, and I have to go take care of stuff, and I do that one thing, and it like leads you right into the next like objective or whatever. And it kind of had a feeling like, all right, I want to complete this. Like I want to get this done. It's not,
yeah,
it's not that complicated or whatever. It's not that hard, but I want to complete that and move on. So like I was interested in it. Also, I don't know. I'm dead inside. I don't like some emotional things. It just didn't hit me emotionally. Like you cried during this game, and
well, listen, like Lube was talking about Pinocchio and he cried. Dude, did you cry during Pinocchio?
No, I kind of got like you where I welled up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I didn't. No, I didn't cry.
I mean, everybody's different. Like, I know I'm, like Banshees of Inisherin, I didn't cry at all at, and I know lots of people cry at that. It's, there's no right or wrong way. Just
there were parts of Come On where I welled up a bit, mostly just because of like how the music hit with their like absolutely real performances.
Yeah,
and same with like the what are they called, the interviews they did with like the real kids, whatever, the testimonials or whatever.
Yeah, that's a movie that I liked, but I didn't cry at all or even feel close to crying on that one. So yeah, I mean, whatever experiences in your life have hit you, then they fuel whatever makes you emotional later on, or there's just certain things or tropes or topics that'll have you welling up. So again, not right or wrong.
Okay, that's all I played.
Well, I'm very glad you played it. Thank you for
hit
playing
hit the game that you knew I played.
Yeah, when we talked on movie night, you said we got into a conversation about you downloading something, and then you started to say what it was, and you're like, I'm gonna save it for the podcast, and I was like, oh, okay. But at that point, I thought we both knew that I already knew what it was, but I guess you didn't know that.
Did I tell you what it was?
You started to say it.
I said I downloaded something, and you said
yeah.
Inscription,
I did say that.
and then I said something else. I don't remember.
And then you went, what? No, I'm going to save it for the podcast.
Oh.
I was like, oh. And then
There's a lot of sentences that start with what, like what,
Wario's
where,
Woods.
well, not a game. Like, what would you think I downloaded? Like, I don't know.
I downloaded and not a game, and I'm talking to you about it.
Dude, what have you been playing?
I want to talk about that, but real quick, Nicky, how long did Wavetail take you?
I don't know. I can look it up while you talk. I probably like
4 to
probably
6.
more than, yeah, it was like maybe even the 5 to 6 range or something. Definitely took me more than 4, I think.
And you got it on the Switch, obviously, I guess.
Yes.
Very cool. As for me, I played a little bit of Fortnite with the boys last night. The hammer's back, and it's well, I was gonna say better than ever, but it's, I guess, worse than ever because they just took away 1 out of the 4 charges for it, but it's no big deal. Still fun. I was mobile a lot this week, taking care of family matters. So I had my Switch with me, and I was playing a lot of Inscription, just kind of just the puzzle, like just the first part, the card game, kind of like as a time waster. Really, it's replaced Sea House G's for me, as far as, or Mancala House G's for me. But yeah, so I played a little bit of that, and then I did play some more of The Witcher 3.
Oh, there it is.
But I told myself that I just wanted to play the new mission. So I played the new mission. So that's new. And it was good. They got, a couple of new voice actors for it. They recorded Geralt again, and there's a couple of different ways that the mission can like shake out and stuff, just like all the other missions, which is cool. So, I mean, it's not a reason to play the game again, but it's cool that it's there. So when I beat that mission, I got diagrams to make new armor, which is also part of this new update. And you know me and outfits and stuff. So I wanted to make this new armor. So I was going to go make the armor, but you got to be level 20. So it looks like I'm going to be playing The Witcher 3 till level 20 at least, so I can wear some stupid armor.
There you go. Hey, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, it's like when they cut out a piece of your brain and you're happy, but like, you don't know any better. But yeah, RMC, what did you play this week?
Oh, thanks for asking. First off, this is great. I just got a lovely surprise from my mom that I can send to the Discord as long as there's no file limit.
I just sent that money you asked for on the phone earlier.
Yeah, right. My mom just sent me a text. Let me make sure it's going to the Discord right now. There you go. Did it work? It did. My mom just sent me a text, and she's like, I thought you would enjoy this clip. Even though my mom was dead in a Fortnite game, she saved a video of me winning a game for the team, and it's so great.
Does this negate the time she called you a little bitch?
I think that time is funny, so there's no negating there, but it's great, and it's one of my favorite recent hammer victories. So this is wonderful. You see me jumping around as Spider-Gwen. Man, that's great. What a great mom. She's no other reasons than that, just because of sending.
I would be here. I would never leave this table if I sat here and listed the reasons that your mother is a good mother.
What do you want?
I want your mom to know that she raised a fine man who I love.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Thank you. I think you're a fine woman. Mighty fine.
Do you thank my parents for that?
By one of them.
Both of them.
By the way,
I have a very funny story to tell at the end of the podcast.
in the clip, Mom Brain, I told you I bought shoes today. These are the shoes that I bought. I've been looking to get the, what are they? Electric Aqua Converse that Spider-Gwen wears, and Converse hasn't had them, but they finally got them back in. So I bought those today because there's a January sale, and I was like, they're $50, so that's what I bought.
Are they just? What do they look? Do they have a design on them, or
No, it's just regular Aqua. They're called Electric Aqua, and then it's Converse high tops. That's it.
Do you? Oh, you have flat feet, so that's yeah.
I'm very excited. But there you go. That's what I'm
Very
out.
proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Are they high tops?
That's why I said high tops.
Do you remember when my parents bought you
I
Converse
do,
high tops and
yes.
you hated them?
Yes, I
Mhm.
do. But think
Okay,
of
well,
hold on. Why did I hate them at the time? Because I didn't wear shoes
yep.
and I didn't want to do the laces.
Oh, but now
Now I'm living
what
a different
happened to those
world.
cons? I wonder.
They're in a closet somewhere here. Yeah. Listen, the last year and a half, I've clearly changed in what I'm wearing. I wear sneakers every single day now and socks because my feet are cold. So I'm in a different world. When I go out, I'm like, I don't know if I can wear the Crocs because my feet are too cold. So this is my fresh.
My mother made you Croc socks.
That's too thick. I already hate regular socks as it is.
Let me just demonstrate. My mother is a freaking. Our mothers
made
are
them?
treasures.
You're not gonna. Oh, I thought you're gonna hold up your feet and put them. I was gonna say this needs to be like a OnlyFans or something.
I mean,
There you go. Mom Brain on the
So, like,
camera is showing
they're
Croc,
attached. but
her mom's homemade Croc socks.
my mother is a magnificent knitter, and fortunately for me, she believes I am God's gift, and she loves to buy very expensive, wonderful yarn. So this is like, baby alpaca or some business.
Hi, Super Blast X.
I believe if not for my father, she would have a farm of wool producing animals.
I want to make sure you see this. Nintendo said the master-crafted version is also different.
I believe he's talking about the master-crafted version of that armor I was
Yeah,
talking about.
I don't know. I don't understand it at all, but I just wanted to make sure you saw it in case it meant something to you.
Oh, it means a lot to me, but it's just video game outfits. You know me.
So
Rats.
what did I play? As Deux said, I played Fortnite with them. I suffered for a few days there because Fortnite removed the hammer due to a glitch. So I played hammerless. And on Patreon this week, I wrote about my love of the Fortnite hammer, which could be my favorite weapon in a video game ever. So I'm very happy the hammer's back. They have changed it, as Deux said. No more 4 bounces and a cooldown. It is 3 bounces and a cooldown, but that's fine. Whatever. I can stand that. Always enjoying Fortnite, always having fun. My sister started playing, as I said, but she went away on a business trip. She is now home. I'm thinking she might play tonight, so excited to do that again. It's just a great time for friends and family. Love Fortnite. It's free. What more could you want? So I played that. I also played whatever it's called, Vengeful. Let me go to Nintendo.com and I'll tell you. How many games could have the word vengeful? Vengeful Guardian Moonrider, which is basically Mega Man. It's basically Mega Man from another company. But they describe it as a side-scrolling action platformer that channels the golden age of 16-bit action games and a full-throttle quest for revenge. I like the look of the game, but it is very by the book. It's very... it's not bad. It's just it needs something more of its own personality for me. Because when I'm playing this, it's not like, yeah, I'm having fun. It's like, yeah, this is okay, but I wish I was playing Mega Man. Because basically, it's Mega Man. You go around stages like Mega Man stages. You fight bosses and you get their powers. So it's like Mega Man. And it's not so good that I'm like, yeah, this is great. It's okay enough. It's serviceable enough that it just makes me want to play a new Mega Man game. So not exactly what you want your game to make people think. But again, I don't mean it as a bad game because it's not a bad game by any stretch. It's just it doesn't do enough to present its own personality for me. Because you can be a Mega Man style game and have tons of personality, and that's what makes you stand out. This just feels like a very by the numbers Mega Man game but not as well made or finely tuned as a Mega Man game. So that's all. You know what? Stand out for me is the soundtrack. Soundtrack is very good, really awesome soundtrack, which was the one thing I thought was lacking in Mega Man 11. I thought they really missed the mark with Mega Man 11's soundtrack. So I get the soundtrack in this game. Give me the soundtrack in this game and the gameplay of Mega Man 11, and I'd have the perfect game. So I'm noticing my feelings are a little bit more harder on this game than other outlets. I'm going to put together my review, and obviously it's not influenced by other reviews, but I'm always curious as to what people are saying, and they seem to like it more than I do. But I do like it, so I got more to go though. And then the only other thing I've been playing this week is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm now 10 hours into it. There's a whole bunch of stuff I want to say, but the one thing that just keeps listen, first things first, still loving the game. Environments, the
Love
way
it.
this is not new for Xenoblade games, but the way that they convey a sense of scale in a Xenoblade game, I think is second to no one. They show you absolutely massive environments, which I've said last week, but just the sense of scope and scale. I don't know how they convey it so well. But when you're in in the part of the game I'm in now, it's a giant like a chasm, like a I don't know. What do you call it? Like a canyon. It's like a canyon. And just the walls of rock and mountain around you, and it's just you look like I spend time just looking around, moving the camera because I'm like, look at how massive this place is, and you can go everywhere you see. It's just the environments are huge, and the enemies can be huge, and it really makes you feel. It just really feels magical, for the lack of a better word. Like it feels awesome to be in these environments. But this is a complaint I had about other Xenoblade Chronicles games. It's in this one as well. Your party, when you are fighting, never shuts up. They are talking the whole time. Like, great. I don't remember
like
the
hanging out
exact
with
things
me.
they're saying. But and you got a party. Well, I got a party of 6 characters right now. So everybody's like saying something while the fight's going on.
Well, what's stopping you from separating from your party and finishing and taking the glory all for yourself?
Oh, boy. Not allowed. At certain points in the game, you will be able to go
we
solo,
all know
I'm
it's
sure.
completely quiet when you're alone because you don't talk to
That's
yourself.
true. That's true.
Yep, that's
and
awesome.
also, if you're going to have your characters talk a lot, that's fine. How would you make them say more than just 3 things or 4 things? Because at the end of every battle, a character will say something. I don't remember exactly what they say, even though I've heard it a bazillion times. But somebody's like, "Did you watch me do that fight, Mio?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, you did a great job." And somebody's like, "Oh, when does the fight start?" As in, like, I need a real challenge. But there is one really funny one that I'm gonna see. It's gotta be on YouTube. I don't want to ruin it. Xenoblade. I'm not going to type it in. Yeah. It came up when I searched it. Here you go. This is so good. This guy says this. So this is only said when you are picking up items and you find one that is not often found.
Got a rare doodah right here.
It says
A rare doodah?
A rare doodah. You got to ask Mrs. B if they say doodah over there. But every 10 minutes, this guy.
Got a rare doodah right here.
No, definitely. Mrs. B says doodah. Absolutely.
I laugh at it every time because it's so funny the way he says it and the fact that it's a rare doodah. It's great. A rare doodah over here.
And just thinking like real life world, like people saying that every single time they pick something up, like.
But the game is a ton of fun. The soundtrack is still phenomenal. I'm really enjoying the storyline, all the stuff I said last week. But listen, like I said, I'm 10 hours in. So I'm going to be playing this game for months to come because I'm sure it's going to take me 60 plus hours to play it. And I'm getting 4 to 5 hours a week. So what are you going to do? But great. Loving every second of it. I got my complaints about the party being chatty Cathy's, but that's a Xenoblade thing. Doesn't affect my mood or gameplay. Just something worth pointing out. But everything else, really enjoying it. Switching around my arts and my class and everything makes sense. There's a lot of stuff to learn, but it teaches it to you well. And I just realized I said that was the only thing. That was the last thing I was playing this week. That's a lie. because I finally jumped in on something else I've been wanting to play. I downloaded. Oh my God! Alternate says it takes 96 hours. I downloaded and finally started playing Marvel Snap. I have downloaded Marvel Snap and it has taken over my life, but not really taken over because it frightens me, which is something else I wrote about on Patreon. So it's a card game, very easy to understand. I know I already said to you should check it out, but that was when I hadn't played it. Now that I have played it, I really think you should check it out. You're a card game fan. This one's very easy to pick up, yet very addictive. Very what's the word I'm looking for? It's a lot of fun. It's a ton of fun to play. So there's 3 fields where you play your cards, and each field has some sort of attribute. So it'll be like playing cards here, it gives every card 2 extra power. Or playing cards here, you can only play cards here that have a power over 1 or something like that. And the way to win the game is it's you and the opponent. There are only 6 rounds, and at the end of the 6th round, whichever if you hold 2 of the spots on the board, you win. And that means if you have a power value higher than the opponent on that spot at the board at the end of round 6, you win. That's all it is. 6 rounds. So you have cards. It'll be like Rogue, and she has 6 power. And each card has an energy value, so you need to have energy to play them. And each round you gain 1 point of energy. So on round 1, you can play cards that have 1 energy. On round 2, you can play cards that have 1 energy or 2 energy because you gain another energy point every round. Very simple stuff. So at round 6, you have 6 energy, and you can play cards that have anywhere up to cards that take anywhere up to 6 points of energy. And then I said the only other value on a card is your power value. So the Hulk does 12 or has 12 power, so he does 12 damage. It's very simple stuff. But then some cards have special attributes, like I said. So like Star-Lord's card, if you put that down, your opponent never knows where you're going to play a card. It says if you play Star-Lord's card where an opponent plays a card, you'll get bonus power. So it's a guessing game. You're like, is the opponent going to play it here or here? You don't know. You just play it, and that's what happens. So all these cards have special values, and that's it. So games take like not even 5 minutes, probably. It's a ton of fun. It's just nerve-wracking because there's a ton of strategy that goes into it. And there's also a little bit of a guessing game, just like, in any other card game, poker or something. You're like, are they bluffing? Do they have this? Are they going to go for this part of the board or this zone, or the other zone? It's all that kind of stuff. So lots of very simple stuff to understand. One of the best onboarding processes I've ever seen in a game ever. You're in and you understand what to do within less than 5 minutes. It teaches it to you so simply, with hardly any text either. It shows you where to put a card. You organically understand how it works, and that's it. Like, it's so easy to understand. I was really impressed with how good of a job it does teaching you how to play, because you're in and playing 10 minutes under, without a doubt. You got to learn, like,
when your parents were here, your mom was just, it was
she
like,
went
boom,
through it.
go,
Yeah,
play.
that's it.
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
You start off by playing, against the computer, but so yeah, I'm digging it. It's a ton of fun. Easily one I could spend a lot of time in, but it makes me nervous because I've only lost 1 game so far. And I know I'm going to lose more, but now every game the pressure's on. I'm like, I can't lose. I don't know. It's great, man. It's so satisfying. And plus I love the subject matter as well. It's Marvel stuff, and you can upgrade your cards to make them stronger or fancier too. You can make your card art pop out of the frame of the card, which doesn't really do anything, but it looks fun. It's great. It's great. It's awesome. And it's free. It's free. Obviously it has microtransactions, but you never have to do, and it's not pay to win. So whatever you want. It's free.
I forgot to mention, are you done?
I like Marvel Snap. I will be playing it regularly. I'm done.
I forgot to mention that this week when I was playing Pikmin Bloom, I was in a little bit of a busier area near us. And so I guess I was in the car Anyway, I thought, well, let me just check and see if there's any like fun expeditions around here. And I actually joined a few people on a mushroom challenge. And I wanted to note, I don't know how long this has been a thing because it's not often that I join people for a mushroom challenge. You can actually, there's like a few little preset comments you can make to them while you're all working together. So it's like, nice me, or like, way to go. So I did a couple of those.
That's nice.
Yeah, I thought that
You
was
made
kind of
friends. Where was this again?
nearby.
So there's more people playing locally. That's awesome.
And I believe there were actually people here. I want to say I joined somebody here.
So I've had someone on our street, who's out
yeah.
there playing. I know there's one woman who plays, that lady I told the story in the podcast that I met, but I know there's somebody else that plays here too. All right, that's it. Now we got questions. Send your questions to GoNintPod@gmail.com. There it is. GoNintPod@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo. They can be about video games in general, or whatever the hell you want. This week's question. It's a long one, so stick with me, but I think it's a topic we're all going to appreciate. Comes from GekkouKitsune. Is there any sort of scene in a movie that really grosses you out? Obviously, there's a lot of stuff in horror and probably some stuff in a few comedies, but it doesn't usually bother me. But there's one in particular that makes me sick. In the 1984 movie, Gremlins, a day or so after a little gizmo gets wet and spawns a whole bunch of the other evil gizmos popping off of original Gizmo's back. The newbies cut the power to Billy's alarm clock. One of the rules is not to feed them after midnight, so when they demand food, Billy doesn't realize it's after midnight because of the busted alarm clock. He gives them leftover fried chicken, of all things, and what follows is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen or heard in my life. As they go to town on it, a quick montage of chewing, slurping, snorting, saliva-covered puppets ensues as the ne'er-do-wells tear through the chicken and toss bones all over the place, while Gizmo, who does not indulge, watches with me in disgust. Gremlins happens to be one of my favorite movies and has a lot of crazy stuff in it, but this in particular gets me. How about you, members of Go Nin Pod Gang? Does anything in particular come to mind? If you can't think of a part of a movie, something from a game can work as well. He sent the movie clip as well. I watched the clip again. I remember the clip, but
I love that scene. Well, first of all, I agree. Gremlins is a great movie, but just what they did with the practical effects. I mean, I believed they were eating that chicken. Like, that was awesome.
Yeah. That stuff doesn't necessarily, I don't know. I don't think I have a grossed out something that like.
I have so many.
I was going to say, I know Mom Brain's going to have answers.
Outside of like a ridiculous broken limb or something, but that doesn't even like gross me out because that's all over TikTok and things. Like, I don't know.
I've got a couple. Usually, if it's like practical effects, it doesn't gross me out that much. Like if it's a creature or something, like, you know, The Thing, it's so disgusting, but like I don't cringe when I watch it.
Yeah.
But there's this one. Don't ask me why I've seen the movie Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon multiple times.
I was thinking of it. I know exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah.
There's just one
Yeah.
shot
All right.
of a fingernail being broken.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, not broken.
No.
It's horrifying.
It's horrifying.
I hate it.
So do I.
Okay.
And like that's when I think gross, cringy, like hiding behind my hands and peeking through my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I think of that fingernail.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely that's definitely one that sticks out in my brain for some reason.
I'll agree with that. I'll me 3 on that one. See, I don't think of these things like because I watch them and I just whatever, but like. You just saying that just gave me that same feeling that Mom Brain has. Are you looking it up now?
Trying to.
You saw it and you did the same thing.
Yeah, you would.
But I'm so desensitized, you know, like I can see every Christmas I can see Harry or the other one step on that nail and that doesn't bother me. I see like the tarantula get put like POV onto his face.
Yeah, that stuff.
And like that grosses me out, but it's not as bad as that fingernail.
I just watched the fingernails scene right now. I had forgotten all about it. It is bad. I guess I'm desensitized. It wouldn't bother me that, you know, if I saw it today. We were all watching it together. I would certainly have a reaction, but I wouldn't be like, I got to look away or hide my eyes or anything. But I get it. I totally get it.
Okay, so well, I don't want to. Is everyone finished? I don't want to like.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
The maggot meat scene in Poltergeist, the camera guys with the maggot meat, I can't handle.
Did you ever watch Lost Boys?
I don't. Probably.
I mean, it's a similar thing.
The stuff that happens in the lab in Secret of Nim, there's like needles and like I'm nauseous just thinking about it from like a. Do you know when you watch a movie where someone is like strung out on drugs or like
Price is Right.
No, it's basically strung out on drugs. And it like leaves you feeling nauseous the whole time. Like that's the feeling I get from Secret of Nim in the beginning. So there's that. And I guess like a lot of the other stuff is just like stuff that terrifies me, like that I'm just like completely terrified of. And I don't know why, but Escape to Witch Mountain, it's 2, right? Not From. Escape to Witch Mountain, the Disney movie with I think it's like Tia and Toby are the kids. Something about that movie, I don't know what it is. I can feel it right now. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Grosses you out?
It gives me a headache and it grosses me. It like makes me sick. But I don't think there's anything like gross in it.
That's the witch working its magic on you.
I don't know, but like just thinking about it makes me sick. Anything where there's, like the Saw movies where they like jump into a pit of needles, like can't handle that. That's like horrible. Intravenous drug use or anywhere like there are needles going into veins. No, thank you. And when I was visiting my mom and dad, we just watched Ambulance. And
oh, really?
Yeah.
She does not have the unfavorable opinion that we do.
Well, so look, I wouldn't
really?
say I had a favorable opinion of it, but it was like a fun movie to watch with my parents. Like, my dad picks a movie every night, and so it was fine. But
no
like,
comment.
My father can't handle like anything medical at all. Like no guts, no medical, no. But yeah. So he had.
I can't handle anything medical. Let's watch Ambulance.
Yeah.
Who would have expected?
It's a heist movie.
Do you want to hear the funniest part? My father at the beginning of as he's looking for a movie, he's like, "Oh yeah, I mean, with a director like Michael Bay, we're in for a treat." And I was like, well, he did this, that, and the other thing. And my dad's like, "Oh, I was joking." He's like, "A thing?" And I was like, "Yes, Dad, Michael Bay is a thing." Yeah. Yep.
Well, you were in for some kind of a treat.
I mean, some people would see his name tied to it and be like, "Oh yeah."
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be like action,
explosions,
yeah,
camera angles, and boy, were there camera angles.
There sure were.
Yeah. Now in real life, for the record, I can like handle bodily fluids, all that jazz, like at school, and I do. But anything with needles and whatnot, no thank you.
I don't really have anything. Nothing's come to mind. All I can say is like any real medical procedures. So not anything in movies, but even in WWE when they, like they're doing stuff with Cody Rhodes and they're like Cody's rehabilitating and had to get surgery and they have shots like footage from the surgery and I'm like I don't want to see that. If it's real, I'm not like don't show it. They shouldn't show that. But for me, I can't watch any of that stuff. But if it's a fake movie, I can.
That whole thing in Ambulance, that's all real.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
They're in the middle of shooting it, and this
used a hair clip to hold a spleen.
I shouldn't have been so tough on that movie.
Yeah, the guy was in distress, and Michael Bay was like, "We have to keep shooting," and so
give me my drone.
They just went with it.
We also have a Patreon question. Mom Brain, did you know that you can join Patreon?
Where?
For $1.
For $1. This comes from Gybones. What is your go-to funny video to show somebody, short or long? For short and for something that plays well over audio, search for Lady Gaga singing while Toad screams in the background. I am very familiar with that one. Read the first comment of that video too. What do you think Toad is saying? For a longer video, search Brad and Maddie go noodling for Catfish Part 1. Oh, we're familiar with that one as well. Dew, I think you are, right?
I think I am.
I believe Vitamin G showed that to us many, many years ago. Yes, familiar with both videos. What are our go-to funny videos?
Well, Dew has a
It's
go-to
time
TikTok.
for the percolate.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we got to think of like ones that have stuck with us for decades. So,
Oh,
dog bite my vagina.
I was just singing that to myself the other day.
This is a really rare, one of a
Yep.
piece kind.
Woo.
The guy on QVC that stabs himself with the katana.
The sword
blade.
man, yeah.
Tip of that one just got me.
Tip of that one just got me. One of my personal favorites, a short one, is What the F, Richard? The throwing of the frisbees
can't believe
direct
you've
into
done
traffic. I
this.
can't believe you've done this. A great
Mhm.
one. Oh, F, I can't believe you've done this. There's so many. I mean, each week we watch TikToks as a group, the ones that we've hearted that we find to be funny or long.
What about the
Sorry.
cat? I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, and I dance.
I
That
wouldn't.
one always gets
Maybe
me.
for you.
Do you
yes.
remember when "Oh Elephants Yes" got me every time?
Elephants? Yes, I
Yep.
do remember.
It might still get me.
I mean, you remember everything, but I remember really enjoying the Badgers.
Yeah.
That guy was very popular
Yep.
for a while. Yeah, mushroom.
Malik Halo says farting on my roommate's door is a recent favorite.
Farting Preacher is a classic.
Depending on the-
that might be the first.
Depending on the audience, I mean, there's a chance I might still bring up Willy Bum Bum.
Willy Bum Bum.
Oh
Bum Bum.
yeah.
The Farting Preacher was the first viral video I ever saw because that was before the internet was even around. I got that from a neighbor on a VHS tape.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the kid 2 doors down was like,
Did they make it?
no, they got it from somebody else. It was just being sent around to friends, and it was like, pass it on.
That was a real thing.
Yeah, because
The
he
original
brought me
meme.
over to his house, and he's like, you have to see this video. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I remember laughing so hard I couldn't breathe, and I still laugh very hard
Yeah.
at that. So
Yeah.
that's an amazing one.
I'm trying to think of I feel like there's something I know no matter what always makes you laugh. And I forget what it is.
I'll always laugh at the scene from Home Alone 2.
Yes. Maybe that was what
with
we just
Marv
did.
getting electrocuted.
Yeah.
Or Harry. No,
No,
Marv.
Marv.
I'll
What if-
always,
Take your shoes off. Why you dressed like a chicken?
I'll
Bev?
always laugh at that. What is touching me? Oh my God, it's the dog. I didn't know.
Bagagwa, my brother.
After all this time.
What?
Well, I mean, you didn't jump, but you were asking the question. You were like weirded out by getting touched by something.
But here's the problem.
She's not always
Here's
here,
why.
whatever.
No. Here's why. I saw you petting the dog. So I didn't know half the dog was
there's
over
a
there and
reason
half the
for
dog
it.
was. I never expected the dog's
Oh my
nose
God,
to be
dogs
here.
have length.
I thought she was standing this way,
The
not
tail
this
is
way
not-
under the
tail
table.
is not connected to the head.
What about the Olong Johnson cat?
I do like him.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
an old America's Funniest Home Videos. America's
Oh,
Funniest
wait a
Home
minute.
Videos.
Yep.
Man in a red jumpsuit.
Man,
Yep.
I got one. I can't believe we didn't say yet. I can say one line from it and you'll know what it is. Get your hands off my penis.
Or
Oh, that's the
He's
best.
got me by the penis here, people.
I'm dying.
Yeah,
Help me.
I'm dying. Help me.
That
Here's
gets
Will.
me.
Here's Will.
Here comes
Coming down
Will.
the spine of the hill.
Yep, that's a great one.
We there, Red Souza, thank you. One of the finest moments in cinematic
The
history.
scream, I think, is
As a matter of fact, Mom Brain just saw this for Christmas. My sister got me that moment on a keychain, the moment where he is
Show the
electrocuted.
camera.
I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there you go. It's that exact
Oh,
moment because that
Malik
is
Halo.
infamous in our
Raw
family.
Meat's family references that a lot.
Oh, the lady,
Yeah.
yes, the lady that yells at her husband for sneezing.
What about
I can't sneeze now.
heron? I mean, we heron
Hairwink?
a lot, and of course, iridocyclitis.
Oh, that was a big internet meme for a
We
while.
also have seasonal favorites like Hey, you can't put a 25-pound turkey
In a microwave oven.
Now that's a modern classic. That's that's really up there for me. That
Yeah.
guy, the way he
Yeah.
looks, the way
Yeah.
he sounds, the passion about the turkey.
What about Terry?
That's an all-time. Put it in reverse.
Put it in
Terry.
reverse. Terry gets
Yeah,
me
of
every
course.
time.
Wait, I don't remember.
Guy in the wheelchair lighting the firework, and he lights it, and he's not backing up, and the guy's
In
yelling
like a
at him.
motorized wheelchair, and
Oh Lord, Terry, put it in reverse.
and you can tell that Terry's just like he's like laughing about it. Like,
But a year later, they recorded a new one showing that Terry did learn how to put it in reverse and get away from the fireworks. So,
well, I mean, I think Terry could have done it in the first place. I think Terry. I felt
Terry
like
lives
Terry
on the
was like
edge.
putting it on. Like,
no, I thought he was fumbling with the controls.
oh. Well, then maybe it's not so
here's another
funny.
internet classic. Who want lasagna?
Or
Kevin and Colin, come get y'all
come
juice.
get y'all juice.
You can't never put bologna in lasagna.
A new
Bologna-
modern
bologna and
classic.
lasagna.
That we could
Absolutely.
just. There's a very popular one on Anastasia Beaver has
The
in the
ones that we're
toilet
talking
lady.
about, like so many of them are just we can't even find them again.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
We could go on forever, but that's a great one. Great questions, guys. Thank you. All right, let's do some music.
I got music. You want to hear it?
You wanna hear it?
Oh.
Send your music to
Is that
goninpod@gmail.com.
what I sound like?
goninpod@gmail.com. Please put music in the title to help Mom Brain out. After show today, I will be talking. Since the beginning of the show was an hour of me BSing about game related stuff and serious stuff, I've saved this for later. I'll be talking some more about anime in the after show and whatever else anybody else wants to talk about. But there's your little plug.
Song number 1 comes from Gybones.
Some movie from the 80s.
I like it. Is it a driving game?
I don't think so.
Switch, I'm gonna guess.
No, it's not a driving game, and it is on the Switch.
No More Hero something?
No. Apparently, we're about to get a sweet saxophone situation.
Oh man, this is like the Midnight, but in game form. I just wish it was a real sax.
Sally might know it.
This is awesome. It's got to be some, vaporwave neon synth 80s style game.
It's not Wave Tail. Why would you?
No,
I don't know. Go ahead.
Have I played it? Is that what you're saying?
I
No,
don't know.
what?
I don't think you've played it. What if I said Sally Spectra?
It's in Control?
That's what I'm seeing.
What part of Control is that? I don't remember.
Mhm.
Really? Does the song have a name? Why don't I remember that?
Because it doesn't really sound like it's from that game.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely doesn't.
I mean, Control was made by 505 Games, correct?
No.
Oh.
I don't remember who published Control. It was made by Remedy.
Okay, well, maybe I have it wrong then. I can look it up.
No, they published it, so it could be 505 Games.
Okay.
They're good.
We'll just take the point and move on.
They published that?
Yes,
Wow.
they are listed as a publisher.
Here comes one from Nico Darunia.
Little Nightmares.
No.
I got nothing at all here. What system?
Switch.
It Takes Two.
No.
What? Something bad?
No.
Unraveled 2.
No.
Go ahead. We don't know.
Okay. Stardew Valley.
I've never played it.
Yeah, but I'm sure you've heard it enough.
No, I couldn't tell you any music from that.
Okay.
Do not know.
So this one comes from Jess I.
This is familiar.
Yes.
This is it's a Zelda.
No.
Is it a Final Fantasy?
No.
What's this on? 64?
GBA.
GBA. Oh yeah, I should have known from that piano. First party?
No.
Wow, I'm just wrong altogether.
Yes.
Toy Story?
No.
Is it something military?
No.
I know this.
Yes.
Bok Choy?
Castlevania. It's a Castlevania.
It is a Castlevania.
Okay. It's coming to me. Sorry. Jesus, what's on GBA? Circle of the Moon?
Yes.
There you go.
Jesus,
Sorry.
I
It
guess
is
it is.
Castlevania. Jesus, take the moon.
It's been a while since I played Circle of the Moon. I don't really listen to that soundtrack.
Here is one from our friend Ask Me.
Castlevania.
No.
Bloodstained.
No.
Not a bad guess.
Okay, so it could go two ways here. This could be a JRPG. Like a Japanese role-playing game.
Well, I know what JRPG
Okay.
means. I just don't know if it is one. Let me look. It's an RPG. Yeah. Yeah, it's a JRPG.
What system? Switch?
3DS.
Tales of something.
Fire Emblem something?
No.
The World Ends With You?
Uh-uh.
Bravely Default.
Nope.
Oh, I really thought that was going to be it.
Will we know it?
I don't think so, but anything's possible.
I mean, it's like you say JRPG, I'm like,
Trying to think of exclusive JRPGs on the 3DS. Go ahead, I don't know.
Stella Glow.
I know the game. I would have never come to that name.
never even heard of it.
This one comes from Mikey3319,
Hey,
who
how's that broken arm?
I believe it was a knee,
Knee.
who consistently leaves messages for me that are so lovely, and always blesses us. And so I would just like to return a little bit of love to you and yours.
The blessing. Is this GBA?
No,
DS?
no,
What?
Super Nintendo.
Oh, it just must be a. Licensed?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got that feeling. Hook.
No.
License still around today?
Yes.
Lord of the Rings, something.
No.
No.
The Hobbit?
I
No.
was going to say the Page Master, but that's not around today. Disney.
No.
Warner Brothers.
No.
Still around today.
Robin Hood.
No.
Terminator.
No.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Not Warner Brothers, but Parker Brothers. Clue.
Clue. Oh, yeah. Clue's a hot topic right now.
I know.
All right. One more song. One more. And
No,
that's it.
I have
One-
three.
no.
I have three. You're gonna
Look-
ruin it for
Look
me.
at me. One more song. One more.
But you're
What do you mean I'm going to ruin it for
because
you?
the way I have it set up. It's only 5:55.
Shoot me for it.
Do you know I resolved a conflict in a classroom this week? That way? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I lose.
I won flat out.
I'm so
Flat
sorry,
out.
everyone.
Domination.
I'm so sorry. Give me a number between 1 and 3.
3.
Last song comes from Figley.
Man, we are hitting songs that are killing us this week.
Is there a ska game of some sort?
I don't know what system. I got no idea what game. What system? First party?
I think so.
First party, I think so. Now I don't know what to guess if you don't know if it's first party. I don't know.
Is it Mario related? Mario?
Give up. Excite Bike World Rally. That was first party, right?
Yeah, Excitebike's first party. Man, boy, oh boy, blowing it on everything this week. What up?
Yeah, that was rough.
I know.
Only we had a couple more songs we could listen to and try again.
Oh, wow.
Listen, I'll put it up for a vote.
We got 2.
All opposed to more songs. Me. All who want more songs, say aye.
Aye.
All right, I lose.
You got 2 more. This one comes from Tony de la Mancha.
We didn't specify 2 songs that we know.
I know this.
You do. Sally knows
What
it too.
system?
Switch.
No more heroes?
No.
Almost sounds like it.
Is this first party?
Yep.
Is this Kirby?
Yep.
Kirby the Forgotten Realms?
Oh, yes.
Yes?
Switch?
Yeah. Forgotten Land.
Yes.
Excellent.
I got there. It's got to be like a challenge stage or something.
And this one comes from Steve Irwin, RIP. Now, just bear with me for a second because I had to close out the YouTube link. So now we have to get through. And I'm bummed because I did have to silently play through a can sale ad. And I would love to have played that for everyone. Okay.
Sonic.
No.
What system?
Switch.
Sayonara, Lonely Hearts.
No.
We're gonna get hints in the lyrics.
I don't know.
The Adventures of Gwen Stefani.
No.
What about lesbians?
They're great. Lesbians in the Sun.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Nier Automata.
No.
How dare you? How dare you? How
Impact.
dare you?
Super Smash Brothers
Persona
Ultimate.
5.
Is it?
Yeah.
What song is that in
Reach
Smash?
Out to the Truth is the
Oh.
name of the song from Persona 4, I think.
Oh, there you go. I haven't played Persona.
Oh, well, there you go. I guess
gonna
you
say
get a
they-
pass then.
And as Lube will complain, I play Smash Brothers with the music off.
Okay.
What
Can I
a-
ask you why you said "How dare you"?
Because Near Automata's soundtrack is one of the best. Did that sound like a good song to you?
How many bests are there?
One of the best? I don't know. It's up to you, isn't it?
No, it's up to you because you're the one who
Well,
who
that's
says
why I
every
said it's one of the
soundtrack
best.
is one of the best.
You know what one isn't? Based on that, Persona 4.
Got him.
Marvel Snap doesn't have a good soundtrack. Fortnite doesn't have a good soundtrack, although I did hear a song on Fortnite radio that I liked this week. I did.
Well,
Do you got anything for us?
Yeah, I do actually. Something just came across the old desk, my mobile desk here, which is great. You know, in this day and age, we have ways to keep rumors in Deux' hands, no matter where he is on the globe.
With a
Ladies
desk.
and gentlemen, Deux Views. It's never news. Rumor of the Week, starring Deux Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, usually I get to share really great rumors with you. We're doing something different this week. This week, I've got an actual true
Oh.
story, a trumer, as they call them.
It's
this
not a
one hits
truma.
close. This one hits really close to the GoNintendo crew. So with all this Pinocchio craze going around this past year, our friends George and Josh Grobot decided that they're going to do their own version of Pinocchio. So George is going to play, well, it's up for grabs right now. He's either going to play Limony Cricket or George Pedo. And Josh Grobot will be the titular Grobotio.
Oh.
Yeah, and I guess his antenna will grow every time he
Hey now.
insults
Oh,
somebody.
his antenna will, all right.
Rosie knows all about that.
So keep an eye out for that. Chances are it's going to be better than at least 2 of the 3 Pinocchio films released last year.
Man, now I gotta
Why?
watch
Why
another
are there
Pinocchio
so many
movie.
that came out in
Because
one?
didn't it go public domain?
Oh, was that it?
I thought so. Yeah, I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Well, thanks for that insight. Movie I am gonna not look forward to, but I will support because they are my friends.
I can't wait for those musical numbers. You know, Josh is the world's best singer.
That's true. They should be better than what am I? Del Toro's Pinocchio. I gotta say. So
I am the
Benicio.
world's best
Benicio,
singer.
yeah. There's a little sneak peek at one of the songs in Pinocchio. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And of course, we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
All right, after show. If you guys got stuff you want to talk about, just go right ahead and talk about it. I said I got to talk about
What's
anime.
the AI art generator.
What?
AI art generator.
What about it?
What? I mean, there's so many. I don't want to click on like.
Tell me. I don't remember. I'll know if I hear it.
Well, this one, open art.
Okay. I like how.
Well, it says Dolly in it.
That's the right one.
That's the one. That used to be that other one.
Yeah, I just like how you're like. You said there's so many of them. I don't want to click and just open one of them. I said, well, tell me. I'll tell you what it is. And you go, this one. And then I watched you click on it. Anime. I don't remember if I talked about this last week. One part I didn't. I started watching Spy X Family because I know that's a very popular one right now. I don't know. There's something there. I don't hate it, but there's something there. But it's also not doing it for me. But I like it. I don't know. I'm not in love with it, and I'm not crazy about it, but I do like it, and it's actually made me tear up a few times. But overall, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm only 5 episodes in, so I'm gonna go more, obviously. But It's a little too lighthearted for me. That's wrong. I don't know what it is. It's just something's not clicking for me. Mom Brain, I think you should watch it. I think you would really get something out of it. It's about there's this guy and he's a great spy. And he's taking on a whole new mission because he's the best spy. Only this guy can do it. And his mission is he has to go undercover in a family to do part of this job. He has to be a family man to get even anywhere near what he needs to do for the job.
Like he has to like join someone's family.
No. So he's got to put together a fake family. So he ends up getting this kid from an orphanage because he went to the worst orphanage and they don't care about the kids. And they're like, yeah, just take this kid. So they took this kid, or he takes this kid. And then he's got to find a wife, basically. Not going to say how that happens, but they make this little family. By the way, the girl can read minds. I should have said that.
The girl he takes as a wife?
The child. And the woman and that he ends up getting with is she's like a killer for hire. But he doesn't know that she's that, and she doesn't know that he's a spy. But the kid knows both.
Ooh.
But the kid just wants a family. This kid's been returned like 5 times. So the kid doesn't say anything to the mom or the dad, the new mom or dad, that they're so-and-so. Because obviously it could be a little conflict of interest there. But it's about them becoming a family. And obviously mostly it's about the spy thinking he's doing a job and becoming a family guy and actually becoming he's becoming a family man. Like it's becoming more than a job for him. He's becoming connected. So I don't dislike it. It is nice and there is some funny stuff. There's stuff I actually laugh at. It's just I don't know. I just think it would really click for you. I think you should give it a shot. I think you'd like it. I'm watching the dub. Again, I'm only 5 episodes in, but
is there? I mean, I need to know though that like you don't. There's not a lot of time spent on the kids. Like sadness, like I have
none
a real
so far.
Okay, because like
maybe
like
one little bit where you just find out that the kid's been through a whole bunch of families, but
yeah, like that's hard for me to.
No, there's so far there's nothing about sadness of being an orphan. No.
Yeah, that's I don't know what like, I can't handle like child abuse, and I mean no one can.
What
but
the
like
hell
I
are you
really
talking about? I didn't say anything like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I don't want to see like, oh, the kid came from all these horrible backgrounds and like a montage of like the kid being.
She's an orphan. She's gone through 5 families.
Yeah.
I have not seen any horrors. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
It's like a very light show.
Malik Halo said I'd recommend Natsume's Book of Friends. Feel good that makes me cry pretty much every episode.
I'd have to check it out. I don't know of it. Sticer says, I want to thank you for your recommendations a few shows ago, RMC. You said they were the most basic bitch takes, but I am not super into anime, so they were new to me. Appreciate it. Oh, Sticer, tell me how you feel about them. I'd be happy to hear. Great picture. Video Game Guru has sent a picture of the girl from Spy X Family. Now, I need to stress, Spy X Family is very, very popular right now. Extremely popular. So people are really enjoying it. Again, I do like it, but it hasn't really sunk its teeth into me yet. I don't think it's bad in any way, shape, or form.
Retsuza recommends Parasite the Maxim.
I haven't heard of that either. Like I've watched, I watched Chainsaw Man, and that right away I was like, this is, I'm really into this. But I was gonna say, there you go. Retsuza says didn't get super into it. I do think Mom Brain would like it at least. There you go. You should try it. Ice Dilber says I watched the first episode of Demon Slayer after discussion. I was impressed. Now I have to watch the rest. There you go. Oh my god, I'm so excited for Demon Slayer because I'm all caught up. And I found out that they're doing, they did a movie in the theaters before, but now they're doing in March. They're gonna do. You get to see the finale of the 2nd season in theaters in March, followed by the debut episode of the new season before it airs. So that's an hour-long episode. So I'm like really excited. So basically it's 2 hours altogether, roughly a movie's length. But I already talked to Mom Brain. She said she would go with me. Yep. So I am pumped. I'm really excited for that. Now, Roth, I saw and read about this one. Kotaro Lives Alone. I saw and read about it, but I didn't watch it. I was on the
Something
fence.
about that kid reminds me of Shin-chan.
I watched Spy X Family. I'm up to date on. No, I'm not up to date on Chainsaw Man. I'm up to date on Chainsaw Man dub. So there's one more episode. Boy, oh, what a hell of a show Chainsaw Man is. Good stuff. And then I got back into watching. I'm way behind on My Hero Academia, which I really loved. I just fell behind. To show you how far behind I am, I'm just about at the end of season 2, so I got a long way to go. But man, am I enjoying it! That show's so good. I mean, it connects so many things that I like: anime, superheroes, emotional moments and stories. Like, it's so good. I love that show. So I'm enjoying that. I think I'm on the third to last episode of the second season. They are doing their practical exams where it's 2 students going up against one of the teachers, and Deku just found out he's with whatever that explosion guy is, the guy that he doesn't get along with, and they're fighting. Their proctor is All Might, so I'm very excited for what happens here. I don't know what's going to happen because Deku doesn't get along with the other kid, but All Might has a soft spot for Deku, and they're supposed to, I'm pumped. I'm very excited to see what happens here. Bakugo, I've heard of Alternus. Yeah, man. I like I said a while ago, I need to stay on my anime kick because I always love it. I just, something comes up and I'm like, oh, I'll watch tomorrow, and then I fall out of it. I'm not letting that happen. I'm watching. As long as there's something I want to watch, I'm watching. Been doing that with comics as well, making sure I read comics. I'm really into, obviously I was in, again, all the stuff I'm into, just, life gets in the way and you're like, I'll get to it next week or a couple weeks. And then you just don't. I'm not doing that anymore. Damn it. It's stupid. Yeah. Attack on Titan. They keep showing that banner on Crunchyroll. It's like the final season. I'm like, I got a long, I loved the first season. I just never went back because it took so long for the second season. So when I'm done with My Hero Academia, that'll be an option, or I could go to something new. And I'm going to intersperse Spy X Family. And I want you to watch Mom Brain because I want to see what you think. Okay. They're half-hour episodes, but really that means take out the intro and the outro, 20 minutes.
Look, I got to keep up with Young and the Restless.
What do you mean? You're up to date.
I know.
What are you saying? How does this get in the way?
It's a lot of viewing. I've got schoolwork now.
My Hero Academia or Spy X Family, the whole season's out streaming. It's done. You don't got to worry about a new season for a while. Like, you watch it at your own pace. Mm-hmm. You're fine. There's no falling behind. There you go. That's anime. That's anime for you. Anybody else got an after show, or are we done here?
Like it.
Spy X Family. Nothing like it.
It's not anime, and I'm like 5 years too late, but I saw Fleabag, and I recommend that to everyone but RMC.
Oh, Fleabag, so good.
Show.
Why wouldn't I like it?
You just wouldn't.
I bet Mom Brain disagrees with that.
I don't think you would dislike it, but I don't think you'd love it.
All right, well, you two are talking about it. You both know a reason why I wouldn't like it. Come together, figure it out. Why wouldn't I like it?
You're just not going to. I don't know. I'd rather you not watch it, and if you do, I don't want to hear your opinions on it, if that's all right.
Oh, what if my opinions are all good?
Then I'll listen to them.
Okay.
Come on, man. Like, how bad do you have to make me feel about all my opinions here?
Why did I make you? What did I do now?
I kind of think that he might feel like he might really not like her because she's not irredeemable.
Who's this? What is that?
Fleabag. But I picture him having a problem
talk about
with her.
Sally like that. Sorry, just got it.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, that's partly why I don't think he'd like it. Like, because I don't think he'd like her or her shtick. And like you said, I find her ridiculously charming, but like she is pretty horrible of a person.
Well,
most of it.
I will do what you asked. It's been on my list of stuff to watch for a long time because Mom Brain watched it. If I like it, if the majority of me likes it, I will tell you about it. If the majority of me does not, I will not talk to you about it.
I was just teasing, man. I'd like to hear what you think of stuff. It's just I need to get over myself, pretty much.
It's British, right?
It is British, yeah.
So it's short then, like 2 seasons, 4
Yeah.
episodes.
Well, it's not 4 episodes, but it is pretty short.
I watched every single episode. They're not making any more. So start to finish, which is one thing I like as well. None of this dragging on forever bullcrap. 6 hours it took. It's 12 episodes.
All right. All right. I'll yeah. It gives me a new push to check it out.
Your cousin really liked it.
Who's my cousin?
Mel Dog.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, she liked the menu too. So what are you gonna do? A check, please. As I said last time. All right, that's it. That's your after show, everybody. Thanks for sticking around with us. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you had a great time with us. Play some games, hang out with friends and family, rest, relax. You deserve it. We will see you next week, as always. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Oh, let me blow a kiss since Duke can't. Oh, I heard it. Goodbye. And we are